Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, let me get some music. Why isn't this working? Okay. There we go. Feeling too much, man. You call me. Okay, there we go. I like the way COCP is bouncing up the retest of the downtrend there. I like the way it is bouncing up the downtrend there. Okay, there we go. Okay. Bonjour, good morning. Good morning, good morning. So, SKYQ had a really nice pop too, like a really nice pop, like a really nice pop. We've had a really good like week actually, you know, like this was good, this was perfect, like this was perfection. Um, like this is exactly what we talked about in that class. Do you guys remember that? Ali was in the class. Who else was in that class? Right, like this is perfection. This is easy monies. SKYQ. The news was there, right? The news fit the theme of the day, right? Oil. This is an oil stock, right? The float is small. The volume was there. You had that initial move. Again, it fits so perfectly. Like this was perfection to a T. SKYQ. Kind of the same as like CYCN yesterday, right? Same, same, same. Same, 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 same. Let's see. Do. Such easy money, guys. Such easy money. I'm telling you, like if you're not a member one, you're missing out. Two, if you're not in these classes or watching the classes later on, you're honestly playing yourself. If you're not making the monies, you're playing yourself. Already? I'm not kidding. I'm not even joking. Right? Because this was exactly what we talked about and it happened perfectly. Anyways, so we like that. We like COCP. BDRX looks good too, right? That was a nice push of the bottoms of the range. So it basically just came back to retest the bottom of the range twice. Uh, yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, look at that push. Damn. I like that. So again, going into the open, those are the top three. TMDE looks good too. Like this one's been going back and forth from the 200 EMA back to the top, back to the 200 EMA. I would say those are you can kind of add TPET and BATL in there, and maybe Turbo as like other names to watch, right? Especially BATL because it's bouncing up the 200 EMA as well. But for now, though, yeah, there goes BDRX retesting the top of the range as a really nice push actually, as really nice. La 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 la. There you go. I like that. That was a good. That was a good. That was a good. Uh, yeah, that was a really nice push. Just be aware though that you're testing a double top now. My Discord's being annoying this morning because I didn't mute it. Okay. Uh, uh, there we go. How's Ren X Jose? I'm gonna have to take a look. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. As busy looking at the charts and ignoring the chats. Good morning, happy Thursday, basically Friday, right? Because the market's closed tomorrow, so today's the last day of the week. So good morning, happy Thursday, and then I just have to do one last thing here. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's go. Didn't say anything we didn't already know. See, that's why I think it's clearly manipulation, Dan. Right? Clearly manipulation, nothing else. These due to all the all birds of the same feathers. They're all criminals, that's for sure. All criminals. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, the dude spent the day, including like, did you see those tweets from the White House? Right, those tweets were coming from the White House saying, "Oh, Trump is gonna confirm that the war is gonna end in 2-3 weeks." Right, just for the dude to show up and say, "We're gonna bomb the shit out of them for 2-3 weeks, and we're gonna blow up this, blow up that," and then crash the markets. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I think these guys know what they're doing. SkyQ stocks? No, SkyQ has been in a beautiful stock this morning. No complaints at all, MJ, right? This stock has been nothing short of amazing, right? This is the exact, like almost a copy of CYCN from yesterday. CYCN news, right? Really good explosion. That's the exact same thing this has done, right? SkyQ has been amazing. A perfect stock. So, yeah, way too good, way too easy to play with. Like there's nothing that scammy about the stock, right? Like the double top, it's right at the double top in a supply zone that's been there for months now, or maybe not months. Yeah, maybe just over a month, right? Like like it's a perfect double top, right? Everything else beautiful, easy to read, right? The breakouts have been nice, the curls have been nice. This has been easy money printing stock. Also, exactly, right? It's an oil stock with a low flow that has volume and a catalyst, right? This was easy monies this morning. So I like that. COCP again, we like this one as well. Let's see if we can stay above the $1.50 and actually push at the open. We'll see. Yeah, it really was, right? So that looks good. COCP looks good. BDRX is still testing that double top. This was really nice, like the pump to the supply zone to $1 resistance, all the way back down again to 60 cents, all the way back up to $1. That is pretty nice. Like we're having some really nice stocks this morning, right? Yeah, seriously, cyber, right? If you're not a member, you missed out on easy money on CYCN yesterday for 500%. You missed out on SkyQ this morning as well, right? Like, so those three stand out for now. And then TMDE looks good too. I think that's the question in the chat from Cherry, right? So what do you think of TMDE? You've been holding from $1.70. Okay, you're kind of sitting at break even for now. What do I think about it? It looks okay to me because it's obviously an energy play and the price of oil is going up and it's holding $1.60 for now. So if you can stay above $1.60, the 200 EMA, I think you should be okay. Just keep in mind though that we keep going up, right, to $1.80 ish and then dropping, and then $1.80 and then dropping. So we seem to just be going back and forth for now. Alrighty. Turbo had a really nice pop this morning. These oil names really benefited from Trump causing chaos. We should have expected that, honestly. That should have been the expectation. Even with the dip though, like Turbo is still up 42%. That tells you how high these stocks were this morning, right? It's at $3. It was at $5 this morning, right? So these energy plays really had a good night from Trump. TPET also had a really good night, right? Not as good as the other ones because this one doesn't seem to move as much anymore, right? So little copies on that. BATL was another one that did really well. Obviously, another energy play. And then SELX was good last night. I think we had some fun with this one last night. And then it ended up crashing, but it's still kind of holding up. Alrighty, so let's see what happens here post market open. Alrighty, so again, SkyQ looks good. SkyQ's been a gem. All right, let's see what SkyQ and the other three names can do here. Alrighty, so look at that, slowly pushing them. COCP is still kind of stuck in that same range, so it needs to break out. This is number 2 on the stream title, so I know some of you guys are in this already. I know some of you guys are in. It's trying to push, like it's trying. It's just stuck in that range, right? Stuck in the range there. So let's see if it can break above $1.80. Alrighty, it's trying to. SkyQ is going back and forth as well here. Alrighty, so those two names stand out for now, and then obviously BDRX. So let's see which of the three names can actually break out, right? Number 2 is like, hey, you remember me? If I told you I was number 2, would you believe me? You wouldn't believe me, would you? Just be careful. Again, market open, you're getting some nice pops, right? So just be cautious there. Alrighty, so we was kind of struggling with that little baby supply zone up there. But looking good though, right? So you guys believe in the magic of number 2 yet? We still have resistance at $2 though, so just remember that. Yeah, so we keep going up and down and failing at that resistance. Really needs to break out of that supply area. At least it's above $1.80 for now though. At least. SkyQ is dipping to retest the bottom of the range there. So as long as SkyQ can stay above $5, it should be okay, right? But number 2 is really wanting to be wanting to break out there. Come on, number 2. Number 2 again. The concern is we're at the open, so you're gonna get some volatility. There we go. 191, 192, 193. Come on now. We looking good? Again, if you want to take your gains at a double top, there's nothing wrong with that. Just keep that in mind. Alrighty. And you can always move those stop loss higher as well. So $2 resistance. Today is the last day of the week. Yeah, if that's what you wanted to say. Cyber. Are we gonna break out, or are we just gonna struggle in this range here? Are we gonna break out? If you're holding COCP, type yes in the chat. If you're holding COCP, you took the gains. Good job, Sonny. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. If you're holding COCP, type yes in the chat. Let me see all these criminals buying number two because they're like, hey, it's number two. Let me just buy it because it's number two. Criminals. 190. Yeah. I mean, if you did that, it was a good thing, right? Because you're green on that position, right? You have to decide if you want to take gains or wait for a second for the breakout. It wants to break out. That's the thing, right? It wants to go. But there we go. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, that block at $2 is still a problem, right? It's $2 double tops there. Yeah, you took some tiny gains, Hurricane. Nothing wrong with that at all. Dustin, where have you been? I think that's you. I think that's Dustin, right? Okay. Yeah, so it's getting rejected again of the $2 resistance. And is that a surprise? Not really a surprise, right? Not really a surprise. The hope is still though that like you can get a higher low and then eventually go back up and break that level, right? But that double top for now is really not a surprise. So we'll see what happens there. SkyQ is still slowly getting close, to that demand area to the $5 bottom. So let's see if we can test and consolidate. BDRX is looking like it's getting a little cup and handle, and then pushing above $1. So that looks good too. So that looks good. So number two and number three are behaving way better, right? Number two, which is this one, number three, which is this one, they're behaving better than number one. At least the number one always like gives back a little bit of profits before running again. So that's usually the story of number one. It's like the best stock in pre-market, but then like it wants to give back some gains because people want to take some profits. BDRX is halted up, by the way. Halted up. Halted up. So now that this is halted up, the question is where does the money flow to? Yeah, you saw right before the halt, Ajoya, criminal, 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 criminal. I like it. So it looks like SkyQ is still dropping, right? Again, no signs of a base yet, right? No support, nothing, nothing. Just let it dip and consolidate. People are gonna take profits, right? This is called catching your food while it's falling, right? But if it can stay above that 200 EMA or simply just hold around this $5 area, then that's good too. So just keep that in mind. Like I said earlier, our top three names are BDRX, SkyQ, and COCP, right? These other names have had some pretty good runs. They're more so there because they fit the theme, but they're not like the best stocks. So TMDE got slapped from the resistance, right? So I think someone was asking, Cherry, it was you, right? So Cherry, again, that $1.80 for TMDE has become a problem all morning long, right? So maybe if you took your gains, you could always get back in at the same price if you wanted to, right? TPET has been super weak. Turbo has been, a little turd lately, right? BATL kind of the same price action. So, and then again, COCP. Let's see if we can get a cup and handle, or simply just a retest of something and then a curl, and then go from there. Anna's pushing up a little bit. Peter's, other wife. COCP really got rejected off the double top. Like that was a solid double top, right? So this is why when you're sitting at a double top like that, right, you have to make decisions. Do you sell it or do you wait for the breakout? That was a nasty dip, wasn't it? Yeah, straight back to the bottom of the range, right? Do I think it's dead? No. Pizza, what happened? Did you get in at 170 or what happened? Yeah, that double top there was that yellow candle was almost like predicting stuff. SkyQ is holding that demand area, so that's good, right? So you're still in the position, Peter, is what you're saying? It's not a horrible position though. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. I think you're gonna be okay. So SkyQ is bouncing, which is nice, right? Like I said, these stocks usually the like the Peter says I'm in. Yes, you're gonna be okay. Right. So these number one stocks tend to always dip at the open and then come back. Dip and then come back. So we'll see. And then obviously again, BDRX is still halted up. So let's see what happens here with the on hold. See if that candle can finally close because that candle really never closed above. So uh, yeah, that number two Alcatraz. Yeah, you're just upgrading. Okay, nice. Yeah. No, again, if you're missing out on those classes, honestly, I'm not even kidding, right? Upgrade and watch those damn classes. I'm not kidding. The support for COCP is that 150 area we circled at the bottom, right? That's the double bottom there. So it's basically testing and holding for now. Let's see if we can start to curl off that level. Alrighty? See if we can do the curlies, right? So, and then go from there. uh, okay. On hold the damn stock. SkyQ's done a good job bouncing off that area. Really good job there. So if you're one of those people that like taking the gamble, off a demand zone, off close to the 200 EMA, that wasn't too bad of a gamble. TMDE is still looking super weak, so that thing needs to curl. Turbo actually had a nice pop there, a nice pop, and then BDRX is unhalted. So let's see if this candle can finally close above a $1 double top. It's looking good though, right? Yeah, looking good. For some reason, COCP is stuck at that 160 area, but it is trying to consolidate. So if it can actually start to consolidate and build a base there, then that would be good. So that's going to be the true test, alrighty? So it's just kind of going back and forth in that same range for now. Obviously, BDRX has the volume for now. Has the volume. Yeah, Turbo came back up the bottom really nicely. Yeah, that's how that thing moves though, honestly. Like it moves like a crackhead, Like when it pumps, it really pumps. That's why we had that turbo time gif, because that thing moves aggressively. Yeah. For what reason? uh, there goes BDRX. That thing's a pizza here. We go to number three. Number three, where are you? So $1.20 is your next resistance on this. Alrighty, so $1.20 is your next resistance. Yeah. Yeah, no, you just need a bit of consolidation there, Peter, on COCP. And, yeah, that thing's gonna test your patience there. It's gonna test your patience, right? So it's back to testing the bottom of the range, right? So yeah, is pizza gonna stay strong? Yeah, that thing did have that pop though, pizza. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully it has it again. Yeah, they just pumped it to the double top basically, and Turbo is looking really, really good there. You're gonna have a little bit of resistance here. The closer you get to 180, 380, 385 though. So just keep that in mind for Turbo, right? COCP is still bouncing off that 150, so that's good, right? So they're really teasing and testing the patience here with this one. So hopefully it can find a base there. SKYQ is coming back for a retest, which they usually do. When a stock is on a downtrend, there's usually a second retest or simply just a higher low. And then BDRX is retesting the that 120 wall again. Yeah. No wife home, so let's go, Raven. Let's go. Come on now. 120. Do, 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 do. Again, COCP is back above $1.60, right? So like it's really holding the base, right? So um, yeah, let's hope that it can gain the momentum though. The base is holding, the momentum is in there. So and then here comes $1.20. So it looks like our turbo is getting rejected a little bit there, which isn't a surprise. BDRX is getting rejected off $1.20, also not a surprise because we know there's resistance at that level, right? So it needs the boom skis. And then SKYQ, like I said, there's usually a test of the second, the second bottom, right? So it's holding up really well there still. So that's fine. When more of those goats in stock. Missed out last week, Wex. Oh, I see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Wex. Why? You wanted to upgrade to the goat VIP? Yeah, not sure. Send me a DM in Discord. I'll put you on a wait list, Wex. Send me a DM in Discord. I'll put you on the wait list for the. Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested in the like the goat VIP level and stuff, send me a DM and I'll put you on the wait list. Yeah, that 200 and the VWAP are both holding up really well with the demand zone for SkyQ. So looking way better. Again, Raven's wife isn't home. Raven's wife isn't home. So you know something is gonna go crazy, right? Crazy, crazy. Is it gonna be COCP or is it gonna be SkyQ? We'll find out. Stay tuned. Come on now. Yeah, so both of those are holding the support levels really well. They just need the breakouts. And then again, BDRX failed at that resistance. BATL came back up to you with turbo, right? Both energy oil plays. So nice little pops there. Nice little pops. 120 was a good level for a sell on BDRX. So now you're basically just coming back to retest the dollar level, which honestly to be expected, right? Yeah, to be expected. Yeah, both of these stocks, SkyQ and COCP, are both playing in that same range there. Both teasing. What are you gonna do? What are they gonna do? And we're kind of holding $1 here for BDRX. Probably, Alex. Probably. Can we absolutely TMDE? Yeah, it's looking pretty weak, isn't it? Right. So again, that 180-ish resistance on this thing became a big problem. So right, it's kind of consolidating a little bit here though. $1.57. Right. If that level doesn't hold, then you're looking for closer to $1.45. Alrighty. So again, COCP and like SkyQ look almost identical down there, right? Funny enough, those are the two names we're expecting some boom skis from. BDRX looks good with the retest of $1, so that's nice to see as well, right? So these are the two names that they're like, hey, who's gonna go? Who's gonna crack and who's gonna pump? They're like, who's gonna pump and who's gonna crack? They're like Raven or Peter. Who do we like? Uh, let's see. They're like, who goes to church more? Because Good Friday is coming up. They're like they're weighing out the pros and the cons, right? And they're both bouncing at the same time, or at least trying to. Uh, Meanwhile, while they're both doing that, BDRX is doing a good job of playing in that range. Raven's wife just came home. Is that true, Raven? Because that stock is behaving like it's true. Okay, can we break above $1.20 this time? Looks like it wants to. There it goes. Raven, is your wife home? Because that stock is behaving like it's true and is behaving like Peter is, Peter's telling the truth. This is like Trump, tell you all the stories, and then the markets will believe it. Anyways, BDRX is doing a really good job. Type yes in the chat if you're holding BDRX. Type yes in the chat if you're holding BDRX. You better start making up some stories, Raven, because right now that the market is believing Peter that Raven's wife is home, and they're slowly bouncing. Again, it's doing what it's supposed to do, though, right? All joking aside, the $1.50 support, the double bottom, it hit a double top and came back to the double bottom, right? So there's nothing about this that's really surprising for now. Let's hope that it can gain the momentum, though. Right there it goes. Right, it's trying. There we go. $1.66 COCP. Where's the juice? Where's the juice? If that candle can close above $1.65, I think that's what it's going to need for volume. Look at this. Peter really lied his way to a stock crashing. Wow. Peter really lied his way like Trump to causing chaos. And the market said, yes, sir. Ah, very, very nice. You know? Yeah. No, again, yeah. SKYQ is coming back to retest the bottom again. So look, it's still in that range, still holding up well. She's out. Ah. And we barely closed that candle above $1.20 for BDRX, and it's dipping back down. So COCP still needs to close above $1.65 though. Still needs to close above $1.65. So nice little bounce, but it needs to close above that level for confirmation. So and then now Raven's like she's out, and then now the money's rotating again. These stocks are being annoying this morning with the rangy plays here. Damn. That's all Raven had to say. This is literally like Iran and the US right now. All the stories. All the stories. Yeah. RS, I think you had a question earlier. Ajoya, really good scalp. 105 to 120. Yeah, easy scalp on that, right? 105 to $1.20. Easy range. Well done. I like that. Yeah, Ajoya wants that $2,500 payout. That 5K, 5K signing bonus. Make it happen, Ajoya. I missed your question, RS. I'm gonna have to scroll back. Yep, they slapped that thing because it stayed in the same range, right? It has to break out of that range, and in this case, it's that 50 EMA, right? COCP is playing a lot of games, but it's still she's back, and it's playing a lot of games, but still holding the range. So let's see if they can continue to hold. And then BDRX has been the better performer in terms of like price action, like actually breaking out, right? So if you're holding this one, you're still happy with it. You are still happy. Question is, can it push in and test $1.30 now? Uh, yeah. Can it push? Okay. I like it. Yeah, RS, what was your question again? Let me know. There we go. $1.29. So BDRX says, while these guys are fighting, let's just pump. TMDE, yeah, TMD is looking pretty weak, pretty weak, pretty weak, pretty weak. No, 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 no. A surprise performance review. Wait. Dan, what do you mean? Oh, great. My wife just announced a surprise performance review. Review of what? Of what, Dan? There goes $1.30, guys. BDRX has done really well. Yeah. Let's go. Very, 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 very nice. Oh, if you're doing your best. Yes. Performance review. I like it. She's gonna say, Dan, you know what? What happened to all these monies? I thought, you know, what happened to all these monies? We need to go shopping. Performance review. Uh yeah. Can we go on vacation? Mm-mm-mm. Lawson, that's okay. Sometimes if you're not feeling it, there's no reason to yeah. My wife is fired. Yes. Yeah. There's some pretty suspicious price action on that, right? Some pretty suspicious price action. I think everybody said, you know what, BDRX, you can blame MJ for this one. It's all MJ's fault because this has been the one that's been performing really nicely here with the retest of that dollar level was really nice. Yeah. Interesting how both of those names, are looking pretty weak still. Telling you, they said today, yeah, $500 AF. Good job, good job, good job. Again, COCP is just going back and forth in that range. Your face is weak. I still think this is okay, just because we have that golden pocket and the 200 EMA slightly below. Um, but I would prefer that it stayed above. Just again, like it's one thing to break below $1.50, but it's another thing to reclaim it and hold. So I'd like for that thing to stay above $1.50 COCP, right? So let's see if it can stay above that level. Alrighty. So to me, this stock still looks okay. Peter, like, you're still in the same stupid range it's been in the entire morning, right? So COCP is still fine to me. Question is, can it get the juice? The juice has been missing. Maybe we need to call the market maker. Let's call the market maker, guys. I will not die. I will not die. Hello, Mr. Market Maker. You have a job to do. Okay, you have a job to do. Can we get a boomski candle on COCP? Yes. Okay. You approve? Okay, let's make it happen. Deal? Deal. Sounds good. Done. Done. Okay, let's see. Mr. Market Maker is at work now. There we go. You see? Mr. Market Maker is at work now. You see? I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying anything. All I'm saying is Mr. Market Maker showed up to the office and said, okay, okay, let's save him. Let's save him. Where's the boomski, Mr. Market Maker? What's going on here? I thought we were gonna get bigger green candles than that. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Are we gonna do this or what? Yeah, where are the boomskis? Where are the boomskis? Come on, Tim. Come on. Where are the boomskis? What is it gonna take, Mr. Market Maker? You want to get fired? I don't think you want to get fired from this job, do you? Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. So stop playing around here. Okay? Mr. Market Maker is like, don't worry, I'm just putting in a demand zone. Don't worry. I'm taking my time. Don't worry. And leave it there, he says. Okay, let's see if that thing continues to consolidate. Like I said, if they can find a way to keep staying above that area, then it's okay to me. Alrighty. SkyQ is still looking pretty weak, and then BDRX is coming back for a bit of a retest of that 120, right? Just like it did at one at a dollar, right? So $1.20 push, a retest of a dollar, right? So now $1.30 something push, and then a retest of $1.20. So really nice looking chart, right? Looking at some of these other charts still, they're just volatile. Like Turbo is going to be up and down, right? Up, down like a crackhead. I can take a look at GV. What's GV doing? Yeah, GV is pushing up nicely there. The volume is going to be insane like that because Ron, because it's a micro penny stock, you know. Yeah, yeah. So the volume is going to look like that because it's a pretty small stock. So that shouldn't really be a major surprise. Not a major surprise. Jay, are you in a position? Why does Jay's picture look like you know that guy from anyways, that guy from the UK that makes those funny videos? Yeah, that guy. That guy. What's COCP doing here? Mr. Market Maker's coming back to retest. As soon as we come back here, they go back up. You know, because they know they're about to get fired. You know that, right, Mr. Market Maker? You know that, right? Okay. You've been warned. You've been warned. Okay? Okay. I'm not gonna ask you again. I'm kidding. Anyway, so yeah, let's see if we can continue to consolidate above that bottom. Raven, you got rid of this, right? Um, maybe that 420 is gonna act as a bit of a base on SkyQ here. Yeah, they slapped the rubbish out of it. That's because Mr. Market Maker is putting together funds, you know, putting together funds to say, hey, I need my job at Hot Trades. There we go, Mr. Market Maker. I need my job at Hot Trades. Come on, Mr. Market Maker. What is this? We asked for a pump and you give us 10 cents? Really? That's all you can do? 10 cents? You think 10 cents is what we're asking for, Mr. Market Maker? Really? You're kidding me? Where are the boomskis? 10 cents? Mr. Market Maker is like, okay, 11 cents. But like, that's not good enough. You know, then Mr. Market Maker says, what about 12 cents? You like that better? Like, no. Peter, oh my days, guys. Oh my days. Peter. Oh my days. Oh my days, Peter. Here we are coming to save Peter, and Peter is running out the building and jumping out the window. Oh my days. I think Peter is lying to the markets. And then Peter said, you know what? Thank you very much. I'm out of here. You just made $400. Let's go, Jay. Well done. Congratulations. You know, here we are saying everything's okay. I think Peter's lying to the market. It didn't believe me. Yeah. There we go. Look at the boom skis, guys. Do you guys believe us? Peter, you better not be out of this stock. If you sold that thing down there, I will find you. I know where you live. Don't you worry. I know exactly where you live. Yeah. I know exactly where you live. If you sold this stock down there, I will find you. Unbelievable. Yes. 160. Mr. Market Maker says, hey, are you happy with this now? This is better, Mr. Market Maker. This is better. Yeah, you're doing a good job. We're proud of you. See, Mr. Market Maker doesn't want to lose their job. That VWAP is going to act as resistance, though, so just keep that in mind. Alrighty? That VWAP is going to act as a bit of resistance here, so let's see if we can break through and then go from there. Where's the Spider-Man? Seriously, where is the thrust? I think said you guys are still complaining about all this bouncing I've given you from the base. You want more? Yeah, that VWAP is gonna act as a bit of a problem there. So see if we can break out at some point. That VWAP is gonna be the telling point there. So we'll see. We're playing with the $1.60 there for now. SKYQ is also coming back to retest the 200 EMA. So that 420 level held for now. Really did slap BDRX, right, and halted it down. So yeah, it's gonna need to reclaim that 200 EMA, Raven. Yeah, GV did really well, Jay. Congratulations on this one. Good job, good job, good job. And looking at some of these other oil names, there's really not a whole lot going on. They're all just kind of slacking for now. All kind of slacking. Yeah, BATL got slapped. Slapped. And again, COCP is still playing with that 160 range, right? So we'll see if we can if it keeps playing above this range though, like and SKYQ doesn't break back above or BDRX doesn't hold a dollar, all of a sudden COCP becomes the best looking name in the market, right? Like this price action right here on COCP looks the best right now, right? This price action looks the best right now, COCP. So if they can get a little bit of attention and some volume, then that VWAP is going to be broken. But that's going to be the biggest issue though. And then yeah, GV needs to break out there. BDRX is on halted, guys, and it's slowly dipping towards that $1 level again. Yep, as of Friday, exactly. So end of the week, people are locking in gains, right, to go for the long weekend. A lot of these names, people are gonna dump them. Why? Because it's a long weekend. You think somebody wants to hold a stock, like one of these names over the long weekend, for what? To pray, right? So yeah, not just a regular Friday Raven, right? A long weekend Friday. Honestly, Ajoy, I don't know what's going on there. They need to fix that. So SKYQ is still playing with that 200 EMA. COCP is still playing in the 160s, right? A lot of games there. And then BDRX is retesting the VWAP. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. There's your test there, Raven. Test of the 200. And then BDRX is doing a good job of holding that VWAP. Yeah, the price action on this has been good too today. Like the retest areas. The retest areas have been good. That 200 is acting as obviously resistance for SKYQ, so really, really important level. Really important level. Yeah. That's a really nice bounce off the view up on this one. A really, really nice bounce. See if we can reclaim $1.20 though. Oh yeah, yeah. $1.20. SkyQ got rejected off the 200, which is not a surprise. Right, that level is going to be really, 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 really important. Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's a sign, Ajoya. You know that 90 cents. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. The trading view. Yeah, the Easter sale ends in 3 days, 4 days really. Hmm. 120. Think. Let's go. Congratulations, Kendall. Good job. Well done. Yeah. No, BDRX has been a good stock today. Really, really good stock. Yeah, that $1 breakout was excellent. Yeah, congratulations, Kendall. That's a good way to end the week. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. I like it. There is a chance we'll run to yesterday's high, maybe later today. Yeah, if it can stay above that $5 level. Alrighty, if it can stay above that level. Again, we failed at the 200 EMA here for SkyQ, so we need to reclaim that level. COCP is still playing games here with us, still playing with the 160, right? So that VWAP, hopefully this is a higher low, right? That VWAP is going to be a problem there. So if it can break through, then that'd be good. And then our BDRX is still looking okay. So a lot of random pops here on the scanner. Lots of random pops. Yeah, I really like the price action on BDRX. It's been good, right? Like every single dip has been bought up on this thing. Every single dip, they said thank you very much. SkyQ is slowly testing that level again, Raven. Like at least the bottom of the candle is recovering. Yeah, so it's slowly pushing back up to the 200 EMA. And then you're gonna have this double top, right? Closer to a dollar 35 on BDRX if it can get back up there. If it can do it. If NQ 270 points. You know what would be amazing, Dan, if we can go from red to green, like just recover everything and resume the trend, and say, you know what, Mr. Trump, you know what, you can go to the front lines. That would be that would be nice. Yeah, if we can recover, if we can go from red to green, then you really know for sure, Dan, that the bottom is in. That would be impressive. Then you know the market has completely said, you know what, forget about this war. We're done with it. Too many lies, too many back and forths. We've had enough drama. Let's move on. That would be amazing. We'll see though. We shall see. So yeah, BDRX getting rejected off the supply zone here. We might get a little bit slower just because it's we're going into a long weekend. GV is slowly coming back as well again here. A little bouncy, bouncy. SkyQ is testing that 200 again. Come on now, do something. SELX, we had that on the watch list earlier this morning. It wasn't really doing a whole lot, but it looks like it's popping a little bit. It's like it's popping a little bit. Hey, Peter, that stock still looks fine to me. Also, when we posted this as number two, guess what happened? Guess what happened? That thing went from down there, from $1.60 to $2 double tops. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened, right? So when the stream, anyways, let's see. Again, we're still holding off the bottom there, so let's see if it can continue to hold. SkyQ is breaking through that 200 EMA though, so that's good to see. SELX is still looking good. GV is also looking good. Let me pull up SELX. Yeah, that's a nice breakout. It's a really nice breakout, actually. You know what? You know what else looks like this? Anyways, that's a really nice pump. Very, very nice. And guess where this thing just went to and failed, right? Straight to the VWAP. So the VWAP is a really, really, really important indicator, right? Really important tool. So most stocks get rejected off the VWAP. Yeah, that's a really nice pop though on SELX. Nice consolidation, and then boom skis. Boom skis. That yeah, so you can see like that's the third candle now that's playing with the VWAP. So if it can close above it, then cool, right? But you can tell that it's obviously getting rejected off that level. Then you're going out for breakfast. I thought your wife was giving you a performance review. Did she say you passed already? Oh my days! Your wife just really wanted to make sure that you had money to go for breakfast and she could go shopping. She's like, "Hey, Dan, performance review." Okay, you're fast. Now let's go for breakfast. Unbelievable. No, Dan. Bon appetit. Enjoy. I bet you Dan's going out for pancakes and bacon. Are you going to IHOP again, Dan? At breakfast? No, she's gonna give you good news. Do, 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 do. Oh my days. Okay. Yeah, that was a nice little pop there. That VWAP though, I wish we didn't have, right? Now it's back to retesting the bottom of the range again here. Yeah. Yeah, setting did a sell. That's okay, Peter. Do, 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 do. And then BDRX is kind of doing the same thing too, just retesting its demand zone. That's why she's taking you to breakfast, Dan. So she can like have them bring out some smoke. You know, it's gonna come out of the cake. Yeah. That thing loves $1.50, like like the best friends, COCP. Like every like look at that, back to $1.50. Like they're literally best friends. Craziness, huh? Craziness. Yeah, no, SELX broke above that VWAP. So if you look to the left hand side, your next resistance is a little bit closer to, between $1.60 and $1.61, right? So maybe slightly above $1.60, but it's looking good though. That's a really nice bounce. Really, really nice bounce. Really, really nice bounce. There goes 62. I said a dollar? No. So 660 and 61. So it's looking really good there. There goes 64. That's a really good breakout. See, that's what we wanted to see on COCP for the breakout above the VWAP, because that's a really important level, right? But that's a nice pop. Right? Obviously, you're in a supply zone now, so be cautious, but that's a really nice pop. Kidlin, how's vacation? Are you back? Are you back from vacation, or you're saying hello from vacation? Yeah, so that's supply zone. You're still away? Okay, okay, good. Hopefully your vacation is amazing though. Hopefully the vacation is amazing. The markets have been amazing. So hopefully they're amazing when you come back. Back on Saturday? Okay. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, that was a good time to go on vacation. Well, GV is retesting the highs of the day again. Highs of the day again. Two. I like it. I like it, Rob. Rob is busy spamming a SELX in Discord. I like it. Okay, there we go. There's so many names on the scanner, so many different stocks, but the mostly just, sometimes when you get like one alert of this, like one signal of the scanner, it's usually a good time to ignore, um, unless there's a real catalyst to it, you know. So yeah, there's really never any rush to get into these names. Yeah. BDRX. Why does it feel like a lot of these names though are losing momentum? No, this one's been good today. I like the way that it retested the bottoms and held every single time. Um, some very good price action on this one. Really, really good. So it retested the demand zone, right? Yeah, kind of the same bottom, close to $1.10, and then bounced back to $1.20. That's good to see. COCP, for some reason, they want to marry $1.50, like they want to be married to this level for some reason. They just want to get married to the $1.50 level and stay there. Why? I don't know why. But for some reason, they seem to love this $1.50 area. Anyways, SKYQ got rejected. It broke out, but it never closed above, so they rejected it off the 200 EMA. And then BDRX is still doing its thing here. Doing its thing. Mm-mm-mm. There goes 60 cents again on this one. 60. HUMA. Okay. Are you holding MJ? Are you holding code K? Let me take a look. This is definitely not what I should be looking at, MJ. Definitely not. Nice slow and steady rally though. Nice slow and steady rally. Yeah. Yeah, no, slow and steady for sure. It looks good. Yeah. But this thing is like watching paint dry the way that it's moving. Okay. Yep, no, for sure. You can still get good scalps off those levels though, like for BDRX, right? Like a little scalp from $1.10 to $1.20 pays more than, watching paint dry on code K. Even though it's slowly creeping up, like it's slow and steady, which is really nice, right? So if you just want it easier, yeah, slow and steady. Slow and steady. And then break above at 11.20 and then keep pushing. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The fact that they couldn't get back above that 200 EMA, right, was was a sign there, Raven. The last hope for now is that it stays above this previous low. If it stays above that 420, okay, cool. There's still hope. But if it breaks below that level, Yang says if it's a good momentum to get into a long position. When you say long position, like you're just meaning like scalp long, because we've like it's bounced already this morning. So if it's a scalp long play for today, probably not. But if it's a long term play, then that's fine. Right. So like when you say long, like how long? Yep, exactly, all the way down there. But that's quite a ways down, yeah, 370, quite a ways down there, quite a ways. Yeah, for scalp, yeah, Yang, yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So it looks like SELX got rejected of that 60 area, right? But I think we knew this level was resistance, judging by that pre-market level, right? So 60 to 61, right? A bit of a problem up there. Yeah. 205, okay. This today definitely that like the longer we watch these stocks, today definitely has that long weekend vibe, right? People take monies early, and then they're like, you know what? It's a long weekend. Let's start traveling. Yep. Yes. Pre-market today was very nice and very easy. Like these stocks were very predictable, right? Yeah, pre-market was nice, especially with BDRX, COCP, and SKYQ. Those were really nice in pre-market. Right next to COCP, next, yeah, yep. Funny enough, it's only been an hour though, so there's still a lot of time left today for these stocks to do some interesting things. And code K is coming back down a little bit here, MJ. So yeah, it's just super slow and yeah, super slow. Again, SkyQ is just sitting there and saying, "Hey, can I go now, please?" Right. So as long as SkyQ can stay above this previous low, right, it's completely fine. Especially if we can reclaim this 200 EMA breakout spot. It's like the line in the sand there. GV is really close to that breakout spot still. Really, really close. I know, right? MJ wanted to look at it because it looked interesting. GV wants to break out here. There it goes. 42 pennies. And looks like SKYQ got rejected again. VSA is doing okay though. Like VSA is pushing for those highs. So VSA. We played with this one a few times already. Not the best looking candles, but not a bad chart at all. GV made brand new highs in that candle, but not really closing above though. But that was a nice demand zone. A very nice demand zone. Yeah, there was another rejection right there, Raven. So they're like, nope, you shall not pass. That 200 EMA, damn, it's strong. COCP, the fact that we're now testing that golden pocket, I mean, watch for some consolidation in this area. Alrighty, so watch for some consolidation at that golden pocket. If it can hold that level, cool. If not, this thing might just be dead. Alrighty. So yeah, this level is gonna be like the final nail. They're slapping a lot of names. GV is not one of them though. Yeah, GV is like, hey guys, I'm here to cook now. That is a nice pop. Yeah, so once it broke out of that 43, they said, thank you very much. Thank you very much, GV. Yeah, SKYQ got rejected so hard, they broke below 420. Damn, they slapped that thing. Look at BDRX, they also slapped it, but it's clearly above the 200 and the VWAP and the golden pocket as well still. So GV took over some of that volume. GV is Canadian, yeah. GV, Caitlin, are you holding a SWMR? I'll take a look. Are you in it, or what's your question? What is your question? So high of 47 on this one. High of 47. Any long weekend plans? You're about to get out of it? Okay. Let me take a look then. SWMR. This one had a ridiculous rally, and it looks like it's done a good job again. So funny enough, these levels are still there, Caitlin, right? Like so, we already had that line in there at $65. So it looks like it's getting rejected at 65 for now. If it can stay above 60 here though at the 9 EMA and the little fib level, you should be okay, Caitlin. But yeah, you're most likely in it with some nice monies, right? Yeah, because that thing's been running nicely today from the 40s to the 60s. So yeah, maybe it's about to hit your stop loss. But yeah, for now, watch that 60. It looks good though. That's a good run. Yeah, GV is looking very, very nice. So GV, you're looking for that 50 cents there here next. Right? That is a really nice breakout. Sheesh, GV. Yeah, that 43 breakout was excellent. I say 43 on the high end, right? That breakout really isn't 43, but we'll call it 43. Ready? But that was a really good breakout. And obviously here comes that 50 cent top of the supply zone there. Yeah, that was really, really nice. COCP is still holding that golden pocket, like it's trying to. SKYQ is kind of stuck around that 420 area, right? And then again, GV is the one with the juice for now. Caitlin, SWMR is still holding that $60, so it needs to really try and stay above that area. Yeah. JB, what did you get into that crashed? Come on, GV. You gonna break 50 cents or are we gonna go back for a retest? GV's like, I'm gonna break it. 49.50, 49.70, 49.80, and rejected 50 cents. Yeah, a lot of these names are going to be pump and dumps today, right? It's a long weekend, so people are going to be locking in gains quicker than they usually do, you know? So don't get greedy today. Was there a headline? No, I think that was just the trend we were on already, right? So we were kind of joking about that. Like, what if we go from red to green? Like, what if we go from red to green, right? So, because again, I think what happened is they're just scamming, right? Yeah, they're scamming. I think that speech last night was a scam. So that's exactly what they're doing. Here comes 51 cents on GV. There goes 51. That was a nice little breakout. Yeah, that's a really nice push. What a pump on GV. What a beautiful pump. Well done. Anybody get in on GV other than the people in Discord? I know Rob was in GV, Kate Tust was in GV. Anybody else get in? Beautiful, beautiful run. You are Jose. Good job. Well done. Yeah, Olga, Jules. Yes, I like it. Good job. Congratulations. There we go. 52 cents, 53 cents. I think this is the high of, yeah, it is the high of the day. Right? So these are some aggressive candles, guys. Damn, that thing is a beauty. Sheesh. Beautiful. That thing said, where's my resistance? I don't see it. Do you see it? Because I don't see it. You sold way too early, Regan. Okay, at least you made some money still. Here comes 54 cents, guys. And then let's see if we can test that 55 area because that might be the I'll zoom out and look at the daily in a second, but yeah. 40 to 49. Well done. Okay. Andy, good job. Well done. Well done, Andy. I like it. The 38. I like that. So a high of 54.60 for now. A high of 54.60. Here comes that 55. Ooh, it's about to break through, isn't it? This thing has so much volume. Damn. What a beast. Actually, there we go. Boom skis. That thing said resistance. Where? 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 Let's go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Is Spy really green? Oh my days, Dan. We joke. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Where's Mr. Trump? Tell him we need to have a message with him. Tell him congratulations. Your scamming ways are not gonna work anymore. The market doesn't care about the war anymore. Can somebody tell Trump that? Tell him your scamming ways are not gonna work anymore. Why? Because the market doesn't care about the war anymore. Red to green, Dan, from almost 2% to green for the day. This is impressive. Was there a headline? I don't think there was a headline. Was there? I hope not. We don't need any more any more Trump tweets. Tell him we don't really need his rubbish anymore. There we go. 58. And then that what a beautiful run. Where's Rob and his stupid gap? Thank you very much, Dan. Where's Rob and his stupid gap? Where is he? Rubbish. We don't need no damn gaps. Uh, Iran reportedly is drafting protocol with Oman for Hormuz Strait traffic. Interesting. Trump will soon sign an order to pay for all employees at the Department of. Okay, cool. That's different. Okay, so there's no like a headline other than maybe that than drafting a protocol for traffic. Yeah. Uh, Anyways, yeah, there's gonna be some interesting volatility there. Let's see if we can get. I'm gonna. Don't think we want to be watching SPY there. Where's your gap, Rob? Where's the gap? Dan had to stop his breakfast just to come ask where's the gap. Whatever. Dan, Rob says whatever. Where's the gap? Yeah, VSA with a really nice pop there. That was a good retest of the golden pocket too. COCP is still playing stupid games, but it's still holding that golden pocket. That stock has been quite annoying today, actually. Really annoying. Rumor that Trump is considering to fire Bondi. I don't know. We don't really care what Trump does anymore. I don't think anybody should really care what he does. No, 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 no. Yeah, that's a really nice push then. uh, yeah. Shows the wait. What comment? Oh no, the comment was on here already. Rob, it was here the whole time. What did Peter say? Yeah, let's get to 7 out of 7 green then. Let's end the week, on a fire note and tell Trump to go, to go spend his time doing something else because the market doesn't believe any of them anymore. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, VSA looks good. GV was a really nice pop. It's retesting 50 cents, which honestly I think that's a surprise, right? So, um, that's a nice retest of the 50 cents there. Alrighty, BDRX is still holding the golden pocket as well in the 200 EMA, so back above $1. For some reason, you notice how like the markets are pumping, and all of a sudden these stocks are all coming to life. So many random pops. So many random pops. Good job, Shane. That was a good scalp. I like that. Yeah, so 50 cents is holding for now on GB. And again, COCP is being stupid, but it's creeping back up to $1.50. Silly stock. SKYQ got killed there. Again, the fact that we couldn't break above that 200 EMA was, and then obviously breaking below this level was another big red flag. And then it came all the way back down to that level that Raven mentioned earlier, right? So to that 3.7. But again, like, it like there's a pretty big drop from like this price to this price. So you don't want to be holding this stock from this price to this price because you expect it to bounce up this price, obviously. But yeah, nice bounce area. Yep. As long as it's not another higher low, Mohammed, right? So I like the way GV is bouncing off that level. I like the way it is bouncing off 50 cents for now. Mm, mm, yep. Jamal, how does what work? How does what work? Mm, okay. Mm. Alex, what happened? I ignored your comments. Uh, Alex, if you think I'm ignoring your comments, I promise I'm not. Right? You're not. I'm not just sitting here, Alex, and saying, "Hey, what's Alex saying in the chat?" Right? Also, my only job here is not to look at comments and read comments. Ready? So yeah, I always find it funny when people say that. Oh, like you ignored me. You're not the only person in the chat. I promise. Alrighty. You're not the only person in the chat. This YouTube stream is not the only thing I'm looking at. Alrighty. So I pinky promise. So I promise you I didn't see your comments and I'm like, oh, you know what? I feel like ignoring Alex today. No. Alrighty. So don't yeah. I'm the only person in the chat. Yeah. Some comments will stand out more than others. Like the blue names stand out to me because the blue, right? Like some names and then the green names stand out more than the like the non-color names. Yeah. But I promise you that I don't see your comments. I'm like, oh, I just feel like, yeah. Yeah, I see like the blue names stand out to me because the mods and the blue is just like it's meant to stand out that way, right? And like it's just so I that's why you can always see me reading Dan's and Peter's and Raven's messages because they stand out to me. But yeah, I promise, yeah, I promise. Tiffany, you do. It's not true, Tony. It's not true. It's not true. Like when I'm sitting here, uh, yeah, and yeah, like I really have to pay attention to read every comment, like especially in the morning. Like if I'm looking at the scanner, I'm looking at Twitter, I'm looking at your comments, I'm looking at my charts, right? I'm looking at my broker, I'm looking at this. I promise you, like every few seconds, like my eyes will come to the chat and then I'll look at something else. By the time I come back, I'm at the bottom of the chat and I've missed you, but it's not intentional. So yeah, just Thank you, Zilly. Thank you. If only I was as short as you. Ah. No, next time you really believe that, Alex, let us know, right? Like, opportunity is amazing. So, let us know, Alex. Right? Yes, bribery works. It does, Raven. It really does. Yeah. Alex? Yeah. Yeah. I yeah. No, keep again, Alex, keep calling them out, right? I told you this before. I literally told you this last week. When you see a good play, call it out. Alrighty? Like it helps everybody. You think I want to ignore a good play on purpose? Hell no. Alrighty? So yeah, keep calling them out. Post them in Discord, blah blah blah. Yeah. SB just likes problems. Easter Bunny will bring him a booster seat. Unbelievable, Tiffany. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is how we have nice people coming into the community. Like Tiffany, right? Nice people will come in, and then all these other useless goats like Dan will keep making short jokes and keep making them and keep making them, and all of a sudden, one day Tiffany becomes just like one of them. Just one day, Tiffany makes jokes about the Easter Bunny bringing. You know what? I need new friends. You see, I but thank you, Dan. I could never do this, and I'm even taller than him. This is why I didn't want to read this because I knew there was a joke coming there was a roast coming at some point. Let's go, Dan. Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, no, there's always someone shorter. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Raven. Let's go. Let's go. What am I gonna spend this monies on? On snacks over the weekend. Snacks. Thank you, Raven. Thank you, Dan. I question for you guys though. Question for you guys. Like 6-2, Raymond. On a bad day, Yeah. Question for you guys in the never take me serious. I just want monies. No, that's okay, Alex. Yeah, if you see something good, just call it out. Um, hey, oh, there's a competition for 601, 602. Oh, I see. Blaze is tall. Yes, I paid to say this. Exactly. See, Peter knows. We went to Vegas together. Peter knows. Yeah, like 6-2 on a very bad day. Like yeah. Anyways, let's go, Sean. Thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Raven, Dan, Peter, Sean. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Alrighty. Yeah, we can do that. We can probably do a giveaway. Yeah. At least, Zilly. At least. He's a here's $5 for ignoring me, Sean. Unbelievable. Did I really ignore you, Sean? Did you have a question? Yeah. Question for you guys in the chat though. This question is about fasting, right? So I figured I would try a fast as GV is looking really good. So I wanted to try a fast, right? I'm like, you know what? Like I'm hearing some pretty good things about fasting. I've watched like I like listening to like as you guys know podcast like when I go to bed. So I've listened to quite a few podcasts, and like a lot of them talk about fasting as a good thing. So I'm like, okay, let me give this a try, right? So then just a general question because I'm currently on a 24-hour fast, 23-hour fast. No, I'm not gonna do a juice diet. Yeah, it's like I don't know, a 24-hour fast is pretty easy to me. So my last meal was yesterday at 12 at noon. So we're pretty close to. Yeah. And it like honestly, I'm not. It's pretty easy, like because I don't really it fits with my schedule anyways. Like fits really nicely. Yeah. But what's better, right? Like a 72-hour fast. That seems too much. Raven, are you trying to kill me? The best interval is 48. Okay. Yeah, that's what I yeah. So for long term though, like what's better? Like is it one meal a day? Is it one meal a day, or is it like 18 and 6? So like 18 hours of fasting, and then your meals go in like a 6 hour, let's say like from noon to 6 p.m. Like which one's better? Is it a one meal day, right? Or is it a like a 6 hour eating window from 12 to 6? Yeah, the 12-hour fast is like, yeah, that's way too easy. No, I don't really do like the like the don't do that. Okay, give you a food for. I like the 1 hour fast. Depends on your. I think it's just like a health thing, you know. Yeah, just a health thing. Uh, 1 p.m. would be better. I'd recommend getting all your calories, proteins per day. Maintain muscle. Yeah, yeah. I usually do 24. One meal a day. Okay, so you do one meal a day. Okay. Since 2018. You guys are as useless as AMC. TMDE is slowly coming back up to you. Slowly. I would, yeah. Insulin, something to do, yeah. But not something I do all the time if you're active. Yeah. Do you need to fast? No, I think it's not like it's nothing other than just, like a health thing, you know? Pizza, you're out? Okay, sounds good. Have a wonderful long weekend, Pizza. See you later. At the same time while I was trying to gain. Okay. Yeah. Enjoy, yeah? Okay. Only for health. Okay, 12-hour fast. Yeah, I think honestly, like I'm Mike. I think I'm just looking for something that's sustainable long term and also healthy, you know? That's it. Yeah. I don't really do like the, like the meals, like the diets. I don't know. I like food too much. I don't really do the yeah, stuff like that. But I've heard that too, like smaller meals. Um, yeah, Alec. Virus. Is there a long weekend in Canada? I think so. I have no idea. I think so. I know it's a holiday, but I don't know if it's a like a holiday, like a non-working holiday. It should be. I break my daily fast with 8 eggs and veggies. 8 eggs. Eight. Damn. It's a lot of eggs and a lot of yeah. BDRX is doing well. Like coming back up above $1. Yeah. This chart has been good today. Very very good. Smaller meats, smaller meals. Yeah. So you like the smaller meals over like the fasting then? Uh, yeah. If you want to be a chicken, yeah. Two 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 two. Okay. But he eats 3,000 calories before bedtime. Oh yeah, no that's different. Yeah, that's different. I think that's why I asked you earlier, William. Like, either the one meal a day or like the 6 hour window, right? From like 12 to 6, but you have to eat like a few hours before bedtime. Like eating 3,000 calories before bed is just as bad as like. So In Canada? Oh, Canadian. Yeah, I like the bounce of that golden pocket there for SkyQ. Yeah, Raven, did you get back in on this? Oh, yeah, that golden pocket was really nice. Very, very, very nice. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. 377 Raven. Okay, I like that. Good job. Yeah. This is why, again, as a advice for anybody, like, yeah, like, I'd rather you cut that position right there and then come back in at the the level, rather than just getting back to break even or recovering loss. Like, you're actually making monies. You know what I mean? So yeah, this level was good. You have been Floyd. Okay, 12 to 6 for years. Yeah, I think I like 12 to 6. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, from 6 p.m. Yeah. I usually do 1 to 2 meals a day only. Most important to go to the most amount of protein. I need everything. Everything will figure its own self out. Virus, yeah, yeah. What's the goal? The goal is simply just like just health, right? Like if there's something that's good, because there's a lot of data about like you do it and your body will burn excess of like dead stuff, or it just cleans itself up, or like just stuff like that. It's just why. Yeah. No more cookies, Raven. Yeah. Yeah. No, the golden pocket was a good level. Um, my DM, Dan. Let's see what Dan's eating. Oh no. Okay. The most effective and sustainable fasting method for okay, so 16 hours and then 8 hour eating window. Yeah, I like the window part. You know. Um, or 1410 for la 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 la. These methods help reduce la 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 usually la 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 other na 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 la 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 la. Okay. Natural la 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 la. Dan, thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the window. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do the 12. Yeah, yeah. When you're cutting, okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do the like the yeah the 18 6 18 6. So basically 12 to 6. Like a window, so I can have lunch and then go to the gym and then eat dinner at some point and then still have time to like relax and then go to bed like hours later. So yeah. Ah. So it looks like, yeah, again, like I said earlier, right? A lot of these names are going to be pump and dumps today just because it's a long weekend. People are going to be locking in profits, quicker than they usually do. So it looked, yeah, VSA pushing back for brand new highs. Yeah, nice pop. 420 Raven. Yeah, that was beautiful. Good job. Yeah, until they can find a way to give us some higher lows, Raven, that's the best thing to do with it. Yeah. Yeah, so until we can get some higher lows on SkyQ and some higher highs, but now, yeah, that's the best thing to do with it. And if you actually exactly Raven, that's the way to do it, right? Like one loss, doesn't determine anything, right? Take the loss, move on. Hopefully, you guys can learn from that, right? So, not every trade Raven makes is going to be a green trade, but the willingness to say, hey, okay, you know what, this isn't working, let me cut it, come back in at a better level and make that money back, right? Way better, rather than sitting there and praying and praying and praying. You know what I mean? So, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, VSA is looking nice. And then obviously you're gonna have that $1 retest area. That was a good retest. That was a good higher low. April 6th deadline for Iran to reopen it. Otherwise, we'll start a la 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 la. Yeah, I think that do the apps a lot though. So who knows if any of that is true. So it looks like the markets kind of dip back into the red, but at the same time they've recovered a lot. The only thing that really hasn't recovered is Bitcoin. Uh, 424, then it dipped to 75 and then sold when it rebounded with a minor loss. Yeah, Mike, that's not too bad. Yeah, so that's what Raven just did though, right, Mike? Unless you have a cash account, which is a problem, right? Even if you do, right? So when that 420 breaks, you're better off selling it and coming back in at the golden pocket, that because then like when we come back to 420, Mike, you're making monies, right? You're in the green rather than getting back to break even is the idea, right? So if something breaks below support, you're better off taking that 5 cent loss. You can make that 5 cents back so easily, right? Because if that thing doesn't bounce from 375, then now you're in big doo doo, right? So just get comfortable with taking those losses especially when they're breaking below key levels. That only applies when you're buying at good spots though. If you're taking bad entries, then your stop loss is going to constantly be getting hit. Yeah, constantly getting hit. Right? Why? Because it's not on the broker or what? Yeah, Coco. Yeah, off the golden pocket as well. Right? Kind of the same idea. Like if it breaks below $1.50 and you come back in at the golden pocket, when we get back to $1.50, rather than getting back to break even, you're actually making money. Right? So just sitting holding these stocks and praying that they dip and come back is just not the way to do it. Right? Yeah. It's not on there, right? Or what? What happened? Yeah, nurse, they need to get rid of PDT. There's been a lot of talk of like PDT, them getting rid of PDT for a long time now. So let's see. For 24 hours and no, 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 no. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Also, like, like I think the reason why I like that is because, like, I mean, like I'm sitting here for most of the day. Like I do go to the gym, right? Like I'll go to the gym and do all of the stuff, and then I'll play soccer. But I also sit around like all day long. um, yeah, they do, Jaden. So COCP is getting rejected off that level that was initially support. So $1.50 has now become resistance. SKYQ is trying to bounce back up here though, so hopefully it becomes a higher low and then an actual breakout. GV is holding that 45 cents, which is good. So hopefully it stays above that level. Ayo, Sir Benny. Yeah, that's a nice little pop there. Was 45? No, 45 really wasn't a retest spot. It's just a nice psychological level, huh? Good curl though. That's a good curl there. Um, yeah. Thank you, Dan. Cities now sees 95. No, 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 no. Okay. Yeah, that golden candle was a bit of confirmation too. Uh, yeah, no, exactly. I think that's why I was, asking because I wanted something that was more sustainable. Virus. So that's why I think the 12 to 6 works nicely. because like it's pretty easy for me to do. Um, yeah, like a 24-hour fast, pretty easy. And honestly, I'm usually not eating anyways till like noon. So again, that's pretty easy. Because I get up, by the time I get on stream, you know, like like 6, 7 in the morning is pretty early, right? Pretty early. And then by the time I take a break, it's already lunch, like it's already noon. And then yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So you're saying in the sense that like that exercise burns a lot more as the day goes on. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, good scalp, Ron. Good scalp. Yeah, 45 to 50 is a nice scalp. Very, very nice scalp. SkyQ is giving us a bit of a higher low, so it's holding a bit of an uptrend now. A bit of an uptrend. Uh, your stop losses are 45. Yeah, that's hard, Regan. Yeah, when you set those stop losses, you want to try and set them like right below psychological levels. Like if your stop loss is supposed to be at 50 cents, you're better going to 49.9 or something, 49.99. 45.99. Right? It doesn't cost you a whole lot else, but people are always gonna have blocks at these levels, so there's a chance, right? It's like, okay, support is $1 in a stock, but rather than setting it at $1, you go 99, nine, right? So stuff like that. So yeah, because if you look at level two, like sometimes you have big blocks at these big levels, right? Same thing with exits, right? Like you want to sell at $5. Sometimes it's better to go at $4.99, right? Because there's a big block waiting at $5, and you might be at the back of that block and you don't get filled. Yeah. 嗯 Yeah, we rally into the end of the day today. I think we're gonna, I think we that would be very good for the market. I just burned up those donuts, and yeah, you burned about one donut exactly. Yeah, if you go to the gym, like you run 2 miles, right? You may depending on obviously a whole bunch of stuff, but you're sitting at maybe 300 calories, right? Yeah. VSA has been good today. VSA has been very good. There's that $1 block though, right? That $1 resistance up there. So just be careful. 43.95. Yeah. Some of the ideas has solid. Yeah. Oscar. Okay. So we can buy shares cheaper and sell them for we're gonna make sure that there's like there's 1,000 shares on the float. The smallest float stock ever. I'm kidding, Mike. Yeah, I don't think we can do that though, Mike. That would be cool though, wouldn't it? It would be super cool. I think if we did something like that, we could only stream in Discord, which would be fine. You know? Yeah. That would be very cool. GV is still holding 45. Hey, yo, War Machine. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. SkyQ is looking way better now, too. Way better. Way better. And the good thing too, Mike. So like I was explaining what Raven did earlier, right? The good thing here with like what Raven did too is the peace of mind that comes with buying a position at a cheaper price, right? Because when we get from 370 back to 420, the feeling is like, hey, I was holding a big bag, I want to sell this bag, right? Because I was red on this bag. Whereas if you were in that same position but you got in at 370, sometimes you're like, hey, let me give this a little bit of time, right? I'm in profits already anyways. That ends up making you more money, right? Yeah. Send it, virus. Send it. Send it. Send it. Yeah, I like the recovery from the markets. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. If they can hold those gains into the end of the day and keep pushing, that would be very nice. Ayo, Steph. Hello, hello. Uh, 44.99. It will buy the one share and send it. Yep. Yes, yes. Yeah, because of the market cap and the low float. Can you explain why the last uh can you explain why Can you explain why the last 2 minute candles that happened to COCP, the last 2 minutes? Let's take a look. Um, I think it's nothing else other than the stuff we always talk about, Aaron, and we talk about this every day, right? When you have support at a specific level, right? We break below that level. Whenever we go back up to that level is going to change to resistance, and people are going to sell at that level, right? So I think that's what happened, right? So obviously we had support at $1.50. Now they rejected it at $1.50 for resistance. In terms of like the last 2 minutes here, like the fat nasty candles, that's most likely someone just dumping it because it's failing at $1.50, right? Just a big volume candle coming in. That's it, right? So GV is holding that 45 cents really nicely. So this base has been good for now, right? But it obviously needs to break out of the 50 cents and stay above it. Yeah, I'm up 23 cents. Otherwise, I would still be down. Exactly, Raven. Exactly. Good day. Yeah, good job, Aaron. Yeah, the good thing for COCP though, Aaron, is that it's still holding the bottom, the golden pocket. So hopefully it can stay above that. Rejection there for VSA. BDRX is still just kind of chilling here at $1. SkyQ is looking good, testing the 200 EMA. Yeah, you're welcome. You are welcome. Good job, Evan. Good job. Yeah, it looks like the markets have changed to scalpies now. Scalpies, everything's a scalpy. GV is getting rejected again off 50 cents, back to 45. So a lot of pump and dumps now. A lot of pump and dumps. Uh, 94. Hmm. Where is the boomskis? Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely looking a lot better, right? So that golden pocket was such a good level there for SkyQ, such a good level. Funny enough, like those two names, right? SkyQ and COCP, like they're both holding the golden pocket areas. Right? So you guys see why we like that indicator, the golden pocket indicator, right? It's become a really, 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 really good, tool. Yeah, a really, really good tool. BDRX, am I thinking it's done? It's not really doing anything, so you can't really say that it's done yet, Regan. We will never be able to say that a stock is done when it's above the 200 EMA, right? You just can't. Also, like it's really, there's so many hours left in the day, right? So it's holding the 200 EMA. It's holding some pretty important things, right? The golden pocket, the 200 EMA. So it looks weak in the sense that it's going sideways, like it's lost momentum, right? It's not really doing a whole lot, right? So not exactly a good spot to be getting in if it's just going to go sideways. But at the same time, I can't say that it's done yet. Yep, exactly, Raven. Yeah, exactly. The second chance indicator. Very nice. Very, very nice. Na, 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 na. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of resistance here from like earlier, right? So not just the 200 EMA, but like this area on the left-hand side with all the circles, that red zone, right? So SkyQ resistance. And slowly curling back up again. SELX. Slowly curling back up. And a nice pop to the straight to the VWAP. The VWAP is like if you don't know, the VWAP is like mean reversion for a lot of these stocks, right? So once they start to find a base and they start to curl up, the VWAP is always going to be like that next logical target, you know, up like on the way up and on the way down, right? Like when you find resistance, the next logical target on the way down is testing the VWAP. Same thing, So if you notice, a lot of these stocks will like find a base and then shoot up to the VWAP and then continue crashing to get above your daily max loss. Okay. On which one, Sean? What are you playing with? Yeah, yeah. VSA has been good. It's obviously at resistance now, but it's done really well today. Done really, really well. Yeah. Now you just need the boomski. COCP is holding that golden pocket really well, actually. Right. So it's been there what 2, 3 times now. Golden pocket and then pop back up. So Again, the $1.50 is still resistance, but if you're taking gambles of the golden pocket, you're making a little bit of monies, little bit of monies here and there. SkyQ 55. Okay, I see. I see. Okay. Little baby scalpies. There's nothing wrong with the scalps. There it goes. Nothing wrong with those little scalpies. If you scalp all of these main stocks of the golden pocket, like every day, there's a good chance you'd come out ahead, right? You'd take some losses for sure, because not every golden pocket is gonna hold, right? But if you took scalps off the golden pocket, more often than not, you'd be coming out ahead. And that could be another simple strategy, you know? Yeah, another simple strategy. And then the best thing to do is, like, these golden pockets don't leave. The best thing to do is, like, especially over a long weekend, go back and review, right? That's how you come up with strategy. You go back and look at these stocks and say, hey, more often than not, when this happens, right? Like, can I make decisions off this, right? And then it's hell of a lot better than just sitting there and guessing. Guess. Choo, choo, choo. We need oil to crash, Austin. Come on, crash oil so the markets can fly to all-time highs. If oil is crashing, that also means that the war is no longer a big issue. That means they found a way around it. But they need to figure it out, figure it out, crash it. None of this rubbish. Oil is at this. Oil is no, crash the damn thing. SkyQ. SkyQ. I think it's gonna have to make a decision here at 460. It's either gonna break out and pump or it's gonna crash. So decision time for SkyQ. No oil I needed. No, that's fine. But like, take it back to M4. Take it back to the original price, like a price where like things are still reasonable. Like gas is reasonable, cost of everything else is reasonable. That's all we want. None of this. None of this $7 a gallon price of gas. I need to fuel up today. My car has what 30 kilometers left, which is not exactly good for the car to be running into the ground like that with in terms of like gas. But actually, I think there's 19 because I drove to the gym. There's 19 left. Yeah, 320. Yeah. Choo, choo. Yeah, back in the day. Let's go, Don. Congratulations. Wishing everybody an awesome Easter weekend. God bless you too, Don. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much, Don. Alrighty. Have a wonderful long weekend and be safe. We'll see you next week. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do any. I don't think we're gonna do a class on Saturday, just so everybody can have a long weekend. And then next weekend we'll do a Q&A. Alrighty. That's crazy that it keeps going up like that, Ahmad. Literally, no one cares, Dan says. I know, but I'm still gonna tell you anyways. Still gonna tell you anyways, Dan. Yeah. Do, 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 do. There goes $1.51 for COCP. So yeah, this one's doing a really good job of testing those levels and curling back up. And then Visa, VSA, still holding up really well, really really well. That's why you have a Tesla. Yeah, people with EVs are happy now. Even though at some point, the longer this lasts, the more that cost will eventually creep up if it hasn't already into your energy bill and things like that, right? It always finds a way to affect everybody. But yeah, at least you're not feeling it at the pump. I just it just fills itself once in a while. Why? Aaron, who fills up the car? I don't ever know how much gas I have. Who fuels up the car, Aaron? Exactly. That's what I thought. Good old husband. That's funny. That is funny, funny, funny. Yes, good, 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 good. That's what husbands are for. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it. That is good. Mm, 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 mm. Do, 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 do. Here in you can't fill up your own car, Jaden. Wait, why? Why? And then Visa got rejected. VSA. So that resistance has been there quite a while. Quite a while. And constant rejections. BDRX is still sitting in that same range, Regan, right? So it's not dead, but it's also not really doing anything. And then SKYQ, like I said, you're gonna have resistance at 460. No, 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 no. Raven says, I do the cooking. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my days, look at that thing, Jules. Damn. You see, that's the problem though, right? Like, look at that, right? So the stock is fine as long as it's sitting there. But then as soon as it starts to sell off, everybody's like, nope, no, thank you. Panic, 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 right? So when it's sitting there, it's fine. It's still a problem, but it's fine. But as soon as you see weakness, everybody says, nope, I'm out of here. Get me out. Get me out. Right? Because everybody knew there was already resistance there. So as soon as it starts dumping, then it becomes a bigger problem. Stable coin sell. No, 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 no. Really? There's really a law that you can fill up your own car? That's so crazy. What the hell? Yeah, this is why good God made stop losses. Exactly, Jules. Exactly. Of government, seriously, skunk. Like, what the hell? That is so crazy. How can you not fill up your own car? Like, what's the like, what's I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The times when you go to the gas station, right? You're like, you know what? I just want $10. I just want $20. I don't want to fill up the whole car because like this price is ridiculous. I just want gas, you know. But then if you go to the gas station and someone has to fill up your car, then you're like, you know what? Yeah, it union jobs. Okay, mm, I guess. Yeah, let him keep his job. I don't work. He doesn't cook. Yeah. Yeah, I know every Erin, yeah, Raven, yeah, every relationship has their, has their like Raven does the Raven works part time. Raven says semi-retired, right? So, but Raven does a lot of trading and makes monies, and also they're building a house which Raven does a lot of stuff on, and Raven does the cooking before the wife is home, and probably a whole bunch of other things, and then the wife goes to work full time, and then Erin doesn't work because the husband works, but Erin does the cooking. So yeah, just you know, yeah, yeah. SkyQ is like right there, wanting to break out. Yeah, Brim. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, it's slowly wanting to break through that level there. And you can see those circles on the left hand side, right? That's kind of the level that we've been struggling at. Yeah, that golden pocket was excellent, though, right? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Almost $1 from that bottom now. So always good to take a loss and come back in at a better price if you have to. Honestly, and even if you took a 10-cent loss every time we were at support and you close the position, it's still going to be cheaper than staying up there and then waiting for it to come back. Yes. You can do it, SkyQ. Uh, yeah, there have been a lot of those today, Aaron. A lot of flat stocks. Okay. Yeah, especially we've had a really good week. Pre-market today was beautiful, excellent. The last 2 days in pre-market have been like, fire, amazing. So if you're not in Discord in the morning, you're missing out. So wake up earlier. And then also we're going into a long weekend. So a lot of people have made their monies already and they're kind of just relaxing now. Yeah. Austin is just celebrating oil, celebrating. Why Austin? I don't know. Why Austin? Iran says there's started attack on Amazon Cloud Computing Center in Bahrain. Mm. Very humbling, very humbling. You have to be humble, otherwise the markets will do it for you. Yeah, that thing has actually bounced really nicely again. So a little bit of consolidation there, GV. Yeah, yeah, and then back to testing 50 cents again. That's a nice pop. Today's going to be filled with things like this, though. It's going to be a lot of these names. You know, a lot of like going sideways and then pop and then crash back down. So scalps, scalps, scalps. La, la, la. Yeah. No, I'm really happy the markets recovered the way that they did. It's good to see, you know. I think it for the most part tells us that we might have hit the bottom of the markets already. And it's also nice to get to a point where like the market stops reacting to like, the lies from Trump and from Iran, the volatility just becomes unnecessary. At first it's nice, like you want to see dips and you want to buy dips, but at some point it gets a little bit old. Um, yeah, GV is going to need to break 50 cents and hold 50 cents, or your consolidation around 45 to 44. That was your spot there, MRK. Yeah, your spot was obviously the consolidation at the bottom. You can see it building a base, right? That was your spot there. Now you can see that this is the third time we're testing this level. So you're going to have to wait for a break and close above this level if you want to play with it. Alrighty, gonna have to wait. Looks good though. It just needs to break out. Raymond, I mean, you are sitting at support if it can stay above 75 cents. Yeah. If not, you're looking for that golden pocket closer to 65. Yeah. So again, 75 is going to act as your first support here, though. COCP just couldn't break above $1.50, guys. Look at that, right? This level was support. Now they just used it as resistance. They said resistance, resistance, resistance. You shall not pass. SKYQ, a bit of a retracement, and then same thing with GV. GV is having a hard time at 50 cents. That's why I keep saying like you have to be careful at that 50 cents. Alrighty, your entry was closer to 44, 45. Now your resistance is at that 50 cents. So until it breaks and holds, it's not ready for anything else. Wait, what did I say, Aaron? What happened? What did I say? And rejection, rejection. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming back down to the golden pocket though. So let's see if it does another bouncy bouncy. Some silly price action on that name though. But then again, that's almost every single one of these stocks. VSA is bouncing up that 75, right? So VSA is bouncing up that 75, Raymond, right? So this level's it's holding up well then. So as long as it stays above that level, fine, 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 fine. Right, back to 81. So we've said this a few times already. Today is going to be filled with like scalps. You're going to see opportunities. You just can't stay in there too long. Just can't stay in there and be praying, for boomskis. No boomskis, just scalpies. Unless we get some good news. Unless we get some excellent news. Why is oil moving like a penny stock, Austin? What's going on there? Notes. 3, 2, 1. Schedule. The first. Okay, so payment date is okay. Yeah, those names ran crazy overnight and then just kind of gave up. Ran crazy and then just gave up. GV is still just fighting with that 50 cents. Fighting with the 50. If it can break out, that would be nice. That would be nice. Anybody holding GV in the chat from the bottom there? Type yes in the chat if you're holding GV. We need a breakout. And GV looks like it wants to give us a breakout. Desmond, okay. Yeah. See if we can get some boomskis here. Is market open tomorrow? No, the market's closed tomorrow, guys. So it's a 3-day weekend. 3-day weekend. So we'll be back on Monday. Yeah. So don't show up tomorrow and watch the wrong stream. You know for sure, I'm gonna be what am I gonna be doing tomorrow? I'm gonna be laying in bed tomorrow, and I'm gonna see people, making comments on the wrong stream because yeah, someone's gonna do that, right? Someone's gonna be doing that for sure. Mm-hmm. 51 for GV. So if you're gonna do anything, go to the education section tomorrow and watch some videos if you are free. If you are free. Yeah, fill up your gas tanks today. Why today? Because it's gonna go up? Probably. Why are my stocks not moving? Raven? Exactly. So be mindful of the stocks you swing over the weekend, because by next Monday they're gonna be dead. This 50 cent level is such a magnet, just a magnet. SELX is curling too though, off the 200 EMA. So these two 50-cent penny stocks are trying to do something. Iran says it carried out drone attacks on U.S. Fighter jets at a base in Jordan on Thursday. Ignore them, Mr. Market. Just ignore them. Let them figure it out. Let them figure it out. And your gas tanks, gas cans. Yep. There we go. SELX. Again, you're gonna have some really nice scalpies of good levels. Just Just don't get greedy. Just don't get greedy. What's the next leg for SkyQ Angel? So it's going to be the same level, right? So like those circles we put on the left hand side, Angel, like you can see this, this entire area here was a problem earlier. That level is still translating on the right hand side here, so it's still a problem. We said 460, right? Like 460 to 470. If you break that, then you're looking for $5, all right? Which is where the view up is currently sitting at. So like right around $5 here. So yeah, it needs to break out of that range if it wants to cook. It's right there too, though. Like it's really, really close. It just needs a volume. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a long weekend. Hopefully they find a way to compromise and make some deals. Make some deals. Or it's 3 days for them to blow up more stuff. Either way, there's nothing we can do about it. Dang, you could really tell it's a Friday. Like, you could tell we're going into the weekend. Way slow. The last few months, though, we've had like it's slow until lunchtime, like it is now. Like at the end of the week, but something ends up running into like the close and then after hours. So I wonder which of these names will end up picking up again. Because SkyQ is slowly coming back up again, right? Slowly coming back. But again, we keep failing at the same resistance for SkyQ here. So it pops to 460 and then they're like, nope, you can't do it. Nope. Yeah, BDRX, there it goes. Yeah. So you see why we can say that a stock is dead, right, Regan? It's testing the VWAP there, so that's going to be a problem. But at the same time, it stayed above that 200 EMA the whole time. So yeah, pre-market was amazing. Yeah. So if you woke up this morning and you played with COCP or SkyQ, you made some really nice monies. And again, I'm not kidding when I say, if you struggled with SkyQ today, like if you struggled with this stock today, go back and watch that class from last Saturday. I promise. Alrighty, because this was the perfect example of what we just talked about in the class, right? Like this was easy monies. Like this stock just wouldn't stop. It just kept pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. And then it dipped a little bit and then kept pumping and then dipped again. Perfect. And pumped again. Like look at that. To a perfect double top. Perfect. So this morning was amazing. And then it just, it's been going sideways. Same thing for COCP. Like COCP is holding that golden pocket, but this was the exact same thing. Like look at this, right? Exact same. Like I am not kidding. Go this weekend, right? If you're not a Legend Pro member, upgrade to the Legend Pro. You notice how COCP and SkyQ have almost the identical chart, right? Go watch that class. It's gonna make you more money than anything else. It's gonna make you monies. Go watch that class. It's gonna make you monies. I'm pinky promising you. Alrighty. So if you're not a Legend Pro member, do yourself a favor, upgrade, and go watch that because this morning was fire. Right? You can see how these stocks did that. Like they had multiple runs and then the same double top, like identical charts. Right. Also, go look at CYCN from yesterday. Right. Ayo, Mindy. I pinky promise? Yes, pinky promise. I promise. Alrighty? Go watch that class from last Saturday. It's gonna make you monies. Not kidding. Mindy, are you ready for a long weekend? You always have like extra long weekends because you're not working anyways on Friday. Extra long weekends. But yeah, so GB has done a good job bouncing out that 44. It's just having a really hard time breaking back above 50. So it really, really needs to clear that level. Come on, GB, you can do it. You can do it. Are you guys doing anything, Mindy, for the long weekend? Yeah. Yeah, like it really is looking like you might as well fill up your gas tank today before the weekend shows up, you know? That's if it hasn't gone up already in anticipation of the weekend. Can you post the link to the class? The class is in the so go to the Legend Pro channel in Discord. So the Legend Pro channel, it's the last class. Also, if you go to YouTube, like if you go to YouTube, like so go to YouTube, right? I prefer you go to YouTube instead. So go to YouTube, go to the Hot Trades. I'm getting a commercial. If you go to the Hot Trades channel under the video section, the last class was right there 4 days ago, right? An hour and a half long class. We're just talking about how to get in on these stocks, right? So that was 4 days ago. Alrighty, so watch that. If it says you don't have permission, that means you might have to upgrade to the Legend Pro level. I promise you, do it. It's gonna more than pay for itself. Alrighty, not kidding. Yeah, and do Easter cooking and family time. That sounds amazing too. Easter cooking. Alrighty, so and then there's a whole bunch more stuff that you can watch if you want to, right? Again, these classes are members only. And the next weekend we'll do another class, but that class will be a Q&A, so join us. So if you're struggling with anything, that's the class to bring your questions to. COCP is doing a really good job of consolidating up the golden pocket still, but obviously, why does it feel like every stock today is dealing with that 50 level? You know, $1.50 on this one. GV is dealing with 50 cents. And then obviously SELX is done a good job curling, but we need to get back above the VWAP there. BDRX is doing a good job though. Right, Regan, what's your entry on this one? Because I know you've been asking, what's your entry on this one? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think it might go back up over the weekend, Mindy. So there goes BDRX. Yeah, COCP, right? It's that 150 resistance. If it can break above that and actually hold, then you might be looking for that supply zone closer to $1.65. But first things first, it needs to break out. First things first, it needs to break out. 105. It's not bad. Not bad at all. There goes 56. So this is looking a little bit better. You can tell the volume is lacking on a lot of these names though, because of the weekend that's coming up then. So a lot of slacking. 57. There it is. 58. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Same exactly, but to change in volume. Yep. Okay, there we go. No, I just saw quick highlights of it, Mindy. Yeah, I saw quick highlights. We were watching other videos. Do you remember remember we were watching one of those streams where the rocket got lost, Astra Space, and it blew up? Yeah, we were watching that in anticipation of the other one. Wait, is that place still right beside you? The SpaceX place? Was that SpaceX? I think it was, right? Yeah, no, I saw little videos of it though. That was cool. And some of the people that were going there were really that's cool. Yeah, I know some of the people that were on the thing are yeah they're making history. There was a Canadian on there. Can you believe that? Why would they let the Canadian on there? You know, he's gonna go to space and put a Canadian flag. Anyways, that's cool, Aaron. Yeah. I'm sure as time goes on, we're gonna see those a lot more often. Ron, really? Oh my days! You don't like him? Yeah, no, that's cool. That's very cool. Somebody, yes, yeah. The Canadian brought the politeness and the beer, you know, and the Canadian flag. Yeah, I think when they do those missions, though, they pick and choose like the people that go on them, um, for more reasons than just being qualified and going to space. Because I'm sure there are a lot of astronauts. Yeah, people that make history, you know. So that's cool. Yes, grow a maple syrup tree on there in space. Yes, please. The markets are slowly bleeding again. Slowly bleeding. Slowly. Did Trump wake up from his nap? What did he do? Yeah, yeah. SpaceX was SpaceX, Astra Space, Blue Origin, but those guys are just like a touristic one, so they're just going to the surface of space. And then Virgin Galactic, the actual space one. Did you guys see that? So Virgin Galactic is they're coming back, right? So they haven't done anything. I'm just gonna search up the ticker symbol. It should show up, right? So these guys are relaunching their space mission. And so like years ago, they were selling tickets to go to the surface of the Earth for $250,000. Can you believe that? So I'm just gonna search up the yeah. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Can you imagine someone paying like? Can you imagine that? I think they ran out of money. $750,000 for a ticket to go to the surface of the Earth and then come back. Complete trash. That is so crazy. Who pays for that? Someone's gonna pay for it, probably. Someone's gonna pay for it, but yeah, they were selling tickets for $250,000 each, and people obviously rich people were going on there, and then but that wasn't really sustainable. Now they're $750,000. Yeah, yeah, people that have too much money. People have too much money, right? You know what I mean, though. Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, Raven. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Jeff Bezos went because he has one of those companies too. It's called Blue Origin, right? So they do the same thing as as Virgin Galactic. Yeah, that's just silly business at this point. Yep, yep. I think that's what Elon is planning on doing. I was watching one of those videos, Mindy, and he said something like that. They're going to be very cheap to go to the moon or wherever they're going to. That's going to be interesting. Also, Elon's very bad with timelines. Uh, so maybe in 10, 20 years or something like that, we'll be able to go to the moon for $100. Can you imagine? Crazy, 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 crazy. I think that's why people are really excited about that SpaceX IPO. Really excited. That's going to be the most hype IPO of all time. Yeah. Mindy? Yeah, depending on the price. Depending on the price. If it's cheap enough, if it's really expensive, then maybe one share, just to say you have one share on a dip or something like that. But that's going to be cool. It's starting at $450. It's going to be expensive. By the time it even gets to the open, honestly, nurse, it's probably going to be well over $450. Which at that point, then it's like, you know, who knows? We'll see. Yep, exactly, Raven. Exactly. They're gonna hype that thing up so much, it's gonna create some nice bags. So we might have to wait for the dip. How's it looking? It's looking the same, Jose. It's still sitting at 50 cents. So it really needs that 50-cent break. Yep, yep, yep. I know, like I said, I messaged a whole bunch of people that have connections, and even those guys couldn't get SpaceX shares, which is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah. And then Yeah, yeah. No, I think we're gonna know the Mindy. So what usually happens is they obviously have the listing price, right? So they're gonna have that IPO listing price. So let's say that listing price is $450. The closer we get to that IPO, you're gonna see the bidding price move up. We're gonna know exactly when it's gonna go live or closed at the time, and we're gonna know exactly at what price. So it's not gonna be $450. Maybe the closer we get, it's gonna be 600 or 700. Then at that point you can decide, do I want to wait for a dip? Because most of the time IPOs open, they pop, but then they end up coming back down. So then you can decide on waiting, but you're going to know exactly. And then if you just want like one share to start with, or stuff like that, I think most people are going to do one, just to say, hey, at least I have it. And even if it drops $100, like one share is not going to be the end of, so, especially if it's a long-term thing. And it's always a good reminder, that companies IPO for a reason. um, right? Companies IPO for a reason. Usually when they need monies, they're like, hey, let's come to the public now. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I do kind of find it concerning though that like we're getting so many big companies wanting to IPO this year, like SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI, just to name a few, right? There's some pretty big companies all wanting to IPO this year. So why are they doing that? They probably think it's the best time to do it. The best time to do it. So just don't end up getting a. We'll talk about it. The IPO is coming in June, right? That's the anticipated like timeline, right? June is so we're still a few months away. Still a few months away. So there's really no rush. If you can get into the pre-IPO though, can you imagine, guys? The pre-IPO, Mindy, that's what you should do, by the way, right? Try and get into the Robinhood or like one of those pre-IPOs, because then you can get that 450 price, right? And then it's gonna open at 600 probably. So you're gonna be winning right away. So pre-IPO is gonna be easy money. Yep. So there's no way you're gonna lose on a pre-IPO, especially with the amount of hype that this is gonna have. Yeah, I don't know if they do that. I know SoFi does it, Weibo does it, Robinhood does it. I don't know if anybody else does it. Um, Fidelity probably does it. I don't know. But if you can get into the pre-IPO, that's guaranteed monies at that point. COCP finally breaking above. Finally breaking above $1.50. Finally breaking above. It only took 100 years, for it to do that. Yep. Skybridge. E-Trade will have the most shares. Yeah. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? We have about another 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and then we'll probably hop off. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see where we're at in 20 minutes. Because that's what you read. Okay. No, just asking. Because I was reading that document, and they're planning on giving 30% of the shares to like retail brokers. Um, so we'll see if that actually happens. So most likely they will pop two. Yeah, yeah. I think the issue though, Mindy, is that like those stocks only have a small portion of it, and those companies are so big. Like a company like Google is so big, right? When your market cap is let's say $1 trillion, and you invest 1 billion in SpaceX, like it doesn't really, it doesn't quite. Whereas when you're only in SpaceX, your one share probably outperforms your one share of Google. Yeah, no, Kathy Woods is kind of trash. Yeah, Kathy Woods is not it. Did you see last week? Did you guys see that Kathy Woods and those and like her firms? Um, yeah, those guys were dumping like shares in the market like 2 days ago, and that's exactly the time when the market started pumping. Trash. Miss Tony, yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna want to get in on that pre-IPO because I think that's the easiest way. The easiest way. And no, Kathy Woods is not very. I don't know if Kathy Woods has ever made a right prediction. Maybe on Tesla, yeah. She bet on Elon, but that's about it. Everything else, mm-mm. You tried to do it months ago. Okay. Yep. Pre-FOMOing. Wait, what's the headline? Okay. Iran says they started attack on Amazon cloud. Okay, cool. We saw that already. So Trump signals prolonged Iran conflict. Trump's latest speech points to, yeah, we heard that already last night. We need to send Trump and Kathy Woods to the same island, so they can stay there and not come back. Yeah, some of those are mutual funds, right? So some of those are mutual funds, so you can't. Yeah, I. Yeah, she needs to go there with Trump. They both need to go there, and the leaders of Iran, they all need to go there, and go become friends. And then we can check on them every few years to see if we accept them back on Earth. Mm, mm, mm. Sherry, did you not sell that position? Did you not sell that position on TMDE? Are you still in there? Let me take a look. Because I know we talked about that $1.80. Was it $1.80? I think it was $1.80, right? Yeah, we talked about $1.80 this morning because I looked to the left hand side. It kept failing at $1.80, and then it ended up crashing all the way down to the golden pocket area. And now you're back to 170. So if you're still in that position, you shouldn't be that red on it. You should be okay, right? So I mean, nothing's really changed, right? The price of oil has been going up, so then the stock has been going back up, right? So they basically just move with oil, right? The markets were recovering, so this crashed, and then the markets are dipping. So like it's just a yo-yo. Daryl. Ah. AIXI. AIXI. A nice little penny stock pop. Yeah, nothing seems to really have like amazing volume. SkyQ looks better again, right? Looks way better, but we're technically still sitting in that same resistance range. Yeah. Maybe this time, maybe this time, maybe this time. SkyQ is like, hey guys, I'm back. Maybe this time, you know? 474. Yep, that golden pocket we talked about earlier, this was such a good level, right? That 375-ish, that was such a good level. Such a good level. Now it just needs to actually break out and keep cooking. Break and cook. Does Canada even have a space program? um, you know, when they're done scamming us with taxes, do we even have a military other than the two soldiers we have in the military? You know, we do we need a space program? Yeah. Anyways, I wonder if we. I'm pretty sure we do though. I mean, Canada invented the internet, invented the telephone, invented the So like, is there anything that we didn't start? Anything that we haven't done? Don't doubt the Canadians, guys. Don't doubt the Canadians. Velo's done a really good job today, guys, right? Look at that comeback on Velo, right? So this has been a good scalp on this stock. Really, really good scalp. Again, this is one of the all right. So when that SpaceX IPO happens, we're going to be looking at this one because they do a lot of 3D printing for SpaceX. Right. So we've talked about this one a lot. That's a nice 8% day today on this. So $9 support has been very good on this stock. Really, really good. Velo. Yeah. Canada's space program is consists of a few people shooting out water rockets. Ah. Does Canada have a space program? Let's see. Yes, see? Yes, we do. Come on, guys. Come on. It's called the CSA. Come on. 18 it was established in 1989. Canada is a leader in space robotics. Come on. Do you want me to keep reading? Not just in space robotics, satellite technology, astronaut training. I mean, come on. Look at this. We're collabing with NASA, and like I'm just gonna stop there because the more I go, Anyways. No 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 no. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at this. You see that? You see that, guys? You see this? You guys had to of the four astronauts that are going to the moon. Come on, Aaron. Of the four astronauts that are going to the moon, right? And the millions and millions and millions of Americans, you guys had to come to Canada to take one of our astronauts. You know, you had to come to get Jeremy. Jeremy's like, hey guys, you can look at this, right? Look at this. The first Canadian to travel around the moon on come on, unbelievable. Don't play with the Canadians, okay? Yes, but that Canadian seemed pretty scared. Hey, I mean, you would be scared too to go to the moon, you know? Look at that. Anyways, that tells you how cool Canada is. That's just sad. We went to the moon in 1969. You're far behind. Did you really go to the moon though? Did you really go, or did you just CGI pictures together? They're always hitching a ride. Come on, look at this, right? Canadian inventions include the telephone. Like we invented the telephone. If it wasn't for us, where would you guys be? Insulin. Come on, come on. I mean, all of these inventions, where would you guys be? Exactly, Aaron. So basically, like first space mission, moon mission, and we're right there along with you guys. You guys need to put some respect on Canada. Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, no. All joking aside, though, that's without the Americans, the the Canadians would not be going to the moon probably. That was a nice pop though, guys, on SkyQ, right? This was good. So it's yeah. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding SkyQ. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding this beauty. So that VWAP is going to be a problem. We knew that already, right? That's why that circle is in that area already. So a nice, nice, nice pop there. Yeah. No, good job, good job, good job, good job. It stopped you out. How did you get stopped out? Because that thing was going sideways in that same range. uh, yeah, probably, Ren. Probably. That is why Trump will take Canada. No, that's never gonna happen. All Trump can do is cause chaos. That's about it. And then he shows up at night, like he's going to the moon and steals people's leaders and their oil. Respect for Canada, but too cold. Yeah, Canada is cold. AIXI is still looking good though. So if anybody's playing with that, it's still looking good. You had to keep it tight? Okay. Yeah, that's the hard part, Erin, is like you have to look at the bottom of that range when you're looking for your stop loss, right? Because if you set your stop loss too tight and it's still holding the range, there's a really good chance you're, between like within one of these like up and down price actions, your stop loss could hit, but it doesn't mean that it's broken down, right? And then it pops without you, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah. There was too much resistance up there, Aziz. Too much resistance. Yeah, that was a nice pop, Rob. That was a really nice pop on AIXI. Really nice dip in pops. This one's had a lot of higher lows today. Yeah, good job, Didi. Yeah, well done. Yeah, this one's had some really nice higher low pops. Look at that from the very beginning, right? Higher low, higher low, high hello, high hello, and then you're gonna have a little bit of selling there at that 15 cents. Yeah, nice chart. Nice chart. And got stopped out 10 cents in 4 seconds as soon as you bought it. SkyQ. It really depends when you got into that position, though, right, Charles? It depends. Yeah, I think you might have bought it in that range, right? So yeah, you might have bought it in this range and then it dropped a little bit, but it's still in the range. What are you saying, Mindy? That our vehicles are trash? What are you saying? Do we even? Well, I mean, we do make vehicles, just not original vehicles. You guys have like the Ford and Chevy and things like that. But a lot of vehicles are still imported though from like Japan and Germany and things like that. Just yeah. Yeah, but those that was an Asian vehicle though. Yeah, as an Asian vehicle. Yeah, most of those vehicles are like just imported, Mindy. Or like even if they were manufactured in the same country, like it's still the manufacturer to yeah, yeah, like just like they would in the U.S., right? Like it's all just the same company. No, no, at that point it's the manufacturer's fault. Yeah, this 15 cents is going to be a bit of a mental psychological level. Yeah, oil just keeps going up. Maybe, I might need to run to the gas station before, after the stream and just fill up my gas before like oil becomes, damn. Why do they keep pumping the damn thing? Like, come on, guys, relax. Doesn't need to be that deep. Doesn't need to be that deep. Just relax. Relax. Yeah, the entire market came back to green and then back to red. Stupid, 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 stupid. Then any yeah, Lexus. Lexus. Doo, doo, doo. Thank you, Mindy. Thank you. Non-Canadian. Yes. Wait, you mean like non-American or non-Canadian? Doo, 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 doo. Uh, yeah. Doo, doo. Yeah, no, the U.S. is an economic powerhouse, right? Whether people like the U.S. or not, there's a reason why everybody wants to do deals with the U.S. So, yep, yep, yep. With production ceasing due to severe quality issues. No, 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 no. Did you guys see that video of like the Palisade that crushed a kid in the back because of the seat coming down? And so now they recalled a whole bunch of Palisades or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Here we go, another test of 15 cents. And SkyQ's done well. If SkyQ can just retest or give us a higher low and break above that VWAP again, above $5, maybe SkyQ is going to be ready for a run up into the end of the day. Like I said, it's very common that like on Fridays, not Friday, but it's the end of the week because of the holiday. But it's very common that at the end of the week, something runs into the close or after hours. So maybe that's going to be SkyQ if it can break out. AIXI is looking good though, so brand new highs of the day on this one. Yeah, AIXI 1540. Looking good. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already. Please and thank you. Take a second and smash a like. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. Alrighty? Come join us. By the seat, luckily, really? Damn. Yeah, that's pretty scary. That is very scary. How do you make a seat like that though, where kids are going to be sitting there and there isn't a sensor to sense that, hey, there's something in the seat, we can't go down. You know what I mean? Had the Pintos with the exploding gas tanks years ago. Yeah, scary business. Scary, scary business. Hey, that's an American vehicle. Mindy, you see your American vehicles, the Ford exploding gas tanks? Come on now. Yeah, that's a really nice push there on this one. Almost 16 cents. Good breakout. Just don't diamond hand these stocks, please. Alrighty. Just don't diamond hand these stocks. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Is it consolidating? It kind of looks like it is, yeah. Off the 200 EMA, so 50 cents, Aaron. It's in a range. So, sometimes when a stock is consolidating like this, yeah, the bottom is fine, but also the top of the range breaking out above 52 would be a better signal. So it needs to break out of there. There goes 16 cents, guys, for AIXI. It looks good, James, right? Not for an entry now. The breakout was the spot, right? Or the dip, or the again, you notice how the stock has been giving you consistent like higher lows. It always pops and then dips, right? Pop and then dips. So you might need to wait for one of those dips now. Yeah. 52.50. Okay, yeah. So that 50 cents then is gonna need to hold for you. Good run on this one though. Type yes in the chat if you made monies or you're still in AIXI. No, no. Did you have a seat for the kiddo and the kid was inside just yeah, that's way too scary, Steph. That's so scary. So scary. Yeah. Let's go, Waleed. Let's go. Good job. Finally. Good job, good job, good job. Is that your first trade in the community? Good jobs. Yeah. 8 cents, 9 cents, Jay. Let's go. Come on now. Cook. Good job. Good job. Choo, 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 choo. Let's go. Let's go. Uh, Damn, the markets are really selling off again, Dan. What happened? Damn. Everything went from green to red. What the hell happened here? At least it's not a big red there, but still though. What the hell happened? Did Trump wake up from his nap? Can someone tell him to go back to napping time? I don't care anymore. Did your wife tell you how you did, Dan? Did she say you passed with flying scores, or she needs you to do better? I got an average in a room for improvement. Okay, that's good. At least there's always room for improvement. Then yeah, yeah. Very sad. Very very sad. Hopefully they come up with a fix for that soon. Yeah, yeah, Kevin, I agree because I like that his wife wasn't nice to him. Dan just needs to do better. He needs to stop making memes. Unless it's of Rob, then that's fine. But he needs to stop making memes and start making more monies. That's it. Cheryl, I think you're really delayed. Just make sure you're not delayed. Whenever you can hear this. The news, I would James. The news doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. Yeah, there's a reason why this is a penny stock, right? You can't look at a stock like this and say, "Hey, but what about the news?" No, just play the price action. The price action has been excellent so far today. As long as it continues to do that, then fine. Yeah, forget about the news. Penny stocks are penny stocks for a reason, and also not just the penny stock. It's a China penny stock, right? So don't look at the news. Because as soon as you look at the news, you can end up just staying in this thing and letting it crash to the abyss. And then you're going to say, but what about the news? It doesn't matter. James, just focus on making monies. Just focus on making monies. She keeps moving the goalpost. Good. I like it. Good. Good. Did you ever finish cleaning up your office? Yeah, GV is just holding up the same level though, which is good. Aziz. So right off the VWAP, right off the same support, right? 45 to 44 cents. That level's been holding up quite well. So it's just that, like I said earlier, right? Like, well, you're gonna have opportunities for scalps today. You just can't diamond hand these positions. So no diamond handing. Alrighty. So GV, nice base. We like it. COCP again off the same levels. SKYQ's done well off the bottom. So those scalps all over the place, just not good enough to like diamond hand and then cry about it. 5? Damn, you had a lot of trash in there, Dan. A lot of trash. Ah, oh my goodness, Raven. Ah. Now Dan's wife is gonna beat him up over the weekend. Beat him up. Yeah, no, there are a lot of names that could potentially pop after lunchtime here. So, but either way, though, we'll let's see. Let's give it 5 more minutes, guys, and then we can hop off and go back to Discords. Already, unless something breaks up. Yeah, 5 more minutes. So yeah, let me know if you have any last questions, and then we'll decide in 5 minutes. uh, yeah, that's why Dan's scared of his wife. That's why she's the one that does the evaluation process. She's like, Dan, are you making enough monies? Okay, good. You deserve to live another few months. Yeah, maybe you should clean up her office as well, Dan. Just as a gesture of just goodwill. Yeah, do something nice. Uh, yeah, you get the link, Alan. Yeah, you get the link to as long as you sign up for the right level. If you sign up for the soda level, then so the Legend or the Legend Pro, I would highly recommend the Legend Pro. I'm not kidding, guys. Right, that membership alone will pay for itself. I promise you that. Right, so yeah, if you do, then I'll get you the link to join us, Alan. Alrighty, so if you want to join us in Discord before we hop off, click this link at the bottom of the chat there and then sign up. Then I'll send you that link. So yeah, SKYQ is retesting basically. So retesting the last break and then also just the 50 EMA. James, do you see how we're dipping now on this, right? So you don't want to sit there and be relying on the news, right? So the news doesn't really mean anything. This is just a healthy retest for now on AIXI, but still, the news shouldn't be, a factor. Look at that, right? But what about the news, right? So it's a penny stock. We don't care about the news. Play with the chart and move on. So that thing just went from 16 cents to 13. So give or take. Right? So that's not exactly something you want to be diamond handing. Benny, when doing technical analysis, again, Benny, come join us in Discord because we have a class that's 2 hours long where we talk about the driving factors of looking for swing plays. So obviously, if that class is 2 hours, right, we can't really, there's only so much I can tell you on a stream, right? But yeah, so the best indicator though, well, I mean, there are really two. So number one is a catalyst, right? If there's a catalyst, if there's a theme, right, to that, then fine. The second one is the price action, like the performance going into the close or overnight, right? Because that tells you what other people are doing with that specific position, right? So again, if you want to join us, how do you subscribe to the channel? Well, you click this link at the bottom of the chat from Nightbot and sign up for one of those levels that do not say sold out. Once you do, then you're going to have access to those videos. Desmond, exactly. You trade the news, you lose, right? Is it 13 or 14? If it's below 14, then it's 13. You always go to the next, well, yeah. You know what I mean, Raven? Yeah. So like 1999 is 19. Yeah. Canada and Discord. Oh Lord, here we go. Canada bans more shovels. Why are they banning shovels? Why are they banning shovels? Like what the shovels? Are people using shovels for, I don't know. Anyways, Alan, yeah, welcome to the community. Let me get you an invite. So when I send you this invite, Alan, it's gonna say you don't have permission to do anything in Discord. That's because you have to follow the instructions in the getting started channel. Alrighty. So click this link at the bottom of the chat. It's gonna take you straight to Discord. Follow the steps in the getting started channel. If you have any questions at all, there's an onboarding video in that channel. Watch the onboarding video. It's going to walk you through all the channels, how to connect, blah, blah, blah. It's going to walk you through everything. Oh, I'm back to figure out how to cancel it. Okay, sounds good, Benny. Oh, they don't want you digging for gold? I don't know. Don't know why they're banning shovels. Trump said, time for Iran to make a deal before it's too late. There is nothing left of what could still become a great. Okay. This my question is like, so these headlines keep coming, right? Does Trump have nothing else better to do? Like is his only job now Iran, or does he have like, is there, like, people, does he not have anything else to do? Like, what about all those crypto promises? What about people, what about the people in the streets? What about, does he not have anything else to do? Or is it just market manipulation at this point? Is that the only job? Just asking for a friend, asking for a friend. Because every hour it's another tweet about Iran. Like, dude, you have other jobs. You know that, right? Let's go, Raven. Happy Easter. Thank you very much, Raven. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful Easter as well. And hopefully you and your wife, do something fun. Lots of food. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Raven, thank you very much. Mm, 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 mm. Happy Easter. And congratulations if you got some free memberships from Raven. Take advantage of it and upgrade. Everyone needs an orange friend. It's looking way too weak and it's below the 200 EMA now. So Angel, I'd let it reclaim a dollar or get closer to like 80 something, 88, 89 cents. Wanks, I prefer the high Kinashi candles. High Kinashi candles every day of the week, every day, including the eighth day of the week, always high Kinashi. GB is doing a good job though of holding. GB is doing a good job of holding this 44, 45 cents area. Yeah. This is yes. Yeah. Two. All right, Raven, you wanted to do 5 legend levels? Is that what you wanted to do? Or you wanted a roast, huh? And I didn't say that. Ah, yeah. Yeah, no, those ones would be a lot more expensive. Yeah. I think they just go to like the memberships go to like the cheapest level, like the giveaway. Raven is a criminal. Criminal, guys. Criminal. A criminal. Mm, 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 mm. Come on, something give us the boomskis. Yeah, Alan, you should be good to go, right? You should be, yeah. Is your name Rico in Discord? Are you connected already, Alan? Is that you? I think that's someone else. I think that's Rich. Rich, it was you. In front of the faces to join? Exactly, Raven, exactly. Chris, that thing has just been going back and forth here, just back and forth and back and forth. Again, good scalps, 10 cents here and there, but nothing explosive. Alan, did you click the link yet? Are you in Discord? Let me know. Let me know. Uh, okay, sounds good. You're good to go? Yeah. Sounds good, Alan. Welcome, welcome, welcome already. So, welcome. Yeah, this 50 cents needs to go. It needs to break for GV. Break, 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 break. I mean, the high is really only 58, 59 cents, so it's not that far away. If it wants to push, 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 push. Come on, GV. You can do it. Do it for Raven. They're like, nope, another 50-cent rejection. Aziz, no. No, just AMC shares. That's the only thing I buy. AMC shares, AMC. AMC. Forever, forever, forever. Okay, sounds good, Sunny. Have a wonderful long weekend, Sunny. Alrighty, and see you next week. Later, later. Do, 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 do. To 1 trillion, Raven. 1 trillion. 1 trillion. 1 trillion. Okay. Why are you laughing, Aziz? I'm telling you. Yeah. Now the markets are slowly coming back, right? Looks like we're just gonna be flat into the long weekend, which honestly I don't mind. It's better than crashing into the long weekend, you know? Better than crashing into the long weekend. That's for sure. Anybody traveling for the long weekend? Upload. Choo, 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 choo. Yeah. It's waiting for us to get off the stream, you know? You just got to the Bahamas? Oh, let's go. That sounds amazing. Canada, Angel, are you guys actually going to Canada? Where in Canada? Yeah, to the Bahamas. That sounds fun. Yeah, it's good. It's good to travel. Yeah, it's good to travel especially over the long weekend. Take a break, you know. Oh, let's go, Floyd. White cord? Yeah, I'll be snoring. Actually, what am I doing tomorrow? I won't be looking at any chart tomorrow. I don't think. Yeah, I try and stay away from the computer tomorrow. Rest, and exercise. Yeah, that's gonna be my plan for tomorrow. Maybe clean up Discord. Right after I said I'm gonna stay away from the computer. Yeah, maybe clean up Discords, some rest and some exercise. Otherwise, it's gonna be boring. You're going to Maine, Benji? Nice. Yeah. So far, the Bahamas is the best destination so far. Maine. Aaron, you're still in this position, right? For SELX, it's still holding up really well, isn't it? Right. So you should be back to green. Right, you're back to green now. So it's done a good job consolidating, hasn't it? Right. Again, we keep saying this. Like you're gonna have so many opportunities today for scalpies. You just have to not get greedy with it. You know, just have to not get greedy with it. You're going to work, Red. I thought you were off for a month. Remember that stock that had news? You know, this AIXI stock? James, hopefully you didn't stay in this stock because of the news, right? The news doesn't matter for these stupid penny stocks. So from 16 cents all the way to 12.50, 12.60, that's a nasty drop. Nasty. So yeah, you do have some support above 12 cents though. So hopefully it stays above that level. SKYQ is testing that 200 EMA. So hopefully that stays above it. 1337. Okay. That's not a bad entry. Not a bad entry at all. And then GV is just stuck at 50 cents. Like one of these names is waiting for us to get up the damn stream. After lunchtime, I wonder who's going to go. Something's going to go. We're not just going to end the week like that on a cold note. Something's going to pump. There are too many stocks at resistance for something to not break out. So something's going to say, see ya. Goodbye. See ya. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, COCP is another one of those that's in a range too, right below resistance. So something's gonna have to give to the upside. SIDU, sure. I know SIDU is one of those names that potentially benefits from SpaceX. This has been good today, actually. Wow, yeah, that's not bad. Again, super slow, Jay, but yeah, very nice. You do have a bit of a double top at this level that it's sitting at, but that's a really nice, slow, steady stock. Slow and steady. Yeah, not bad. Are you in this one, Jay? Yeah, just be aware of that double top, but it's done really well. Yeah, it's back above $1. So a little bit of consolidation at 95. So if it can consolidate it longer above $1, then that makes it a little nicer. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, nice little bounce. So again, eating off the floor, right? Or simply just letting it consolidate above $1, just in case it wants to get rejected off the downtrend. We all know that thing's not going to explode in 2 seconds, so it's going to take its time above $1 there if it wants to go. Yeah, they're all very slow now. Very, very slow. Dan, you're heading to the gym? Okay, sounds good. Much love. Have a wonderful weekend as well. And a happy Easter holiday, Dan, to you. And I hope your wife bullies you a little bit more. Much love. Enjoy. Alrighty. See you next week, Dan. Yep. We'll see. We'll see. It's holding that 200. So that's all that I'm interested in for now. Yeah, we definitely want boom skis. Something's going to go boom skis. Something's going to have to go boom skis. GV's right there too. Right there. Let's do 2 more minutes, guys. I do have a one-on-one in less than 4 minutes, so I do have to run as well. In less than 4 minutes. So again, let me know if you have any last questions, and then we'll continue in Discord already. Let me know. Again, don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already, please. And if you want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and become a member. And then we'll cook in Discord to end the day, end the week, Okay. Yeah, it definitely does, but it has to break it. Thank you very much, Goldhound. You too. Have a blessed Easter as well. Alex? No, I have a one-on-one with Shane first. No, 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 no. Happy Easter, Empress. Have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you had a good week. And we will see you over the weekend and next week as well. Alrighty? Happy Easter, everybody. Have a great Easter, Kevin. See you later, Regan. See you in Discord. Desmond, have a wonderful Easter as well. Alrighty. Steph, have a great weekend. Doug, you too. See you next week. Nancy, thank you. Have a happy Easter as well. Oscar, have a great weekend. Godspeed. Alrighty. Benji, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy. Alrighty, fam. See you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Hopefully, we can cook before the weekend is over though, right? But we'll be in Discord. So if you do become a member over the weekend, just send me an email, hottradesx@gmail, or just go to the community section. There's going to be an invite link there. Yasina, have a great Easter as well. Thank you. T, let's go. See you in Discord. Have a wonderful Easter. Skunk, have a wonderful Easter. Jay, thank you. Have a wonderful Easter. Nurse, goodbye for now. See you next week. Later, Didi. User Dan, bye for now. Kevin, go to Discord. Brian, a happy Easter to you as well. Angie Strand, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Much love all. Bye, Red. Have a great day as well. Jaden has $1 bill and 2 pennies. Jaden broke no more. Bye, A. Much love, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Okay, bye, guys.